Don't know why we dropped. Not sure why we dropped. That's pretty annoying. Oh, we had a lot of subs building up. If you guys are coming back in here, welcome. Don't know what happened right there. Not sure. Wow, that's really, really annoying. We had a lot of viewers coming through. Very unfortunate, but we just still have that F cell swing from pretty low. I don't know what happened. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, that F cell play is definitely up about 15% now, so looking really, really strong on that. Kind of pissed that it dropped. We had a lot of viewers, but that's fine. Stuff happens. Don't know if I exited out. Maybe I exited it out. I'm not sure what I did, but still annoying. Yeah, F cell looking really good. We're about to we're trying to base over 7 now. Big move. Welcome. If you guys are joining back, sorry. I know we dropped. Don't know how we dropped. Did stream crash? Yeah, it did. Don't know what happened. Looks like we're getting... Not sure what happened. Unfortunately. That's alright. We're already back here. No worries. I'm not sure. Anyways, that F cell swing's looking good. AEI, yeah. AEI looks like we're kind of breaking down here, but our side's really overcooled now too. If you guys got any other tickers, let me know. We'll go over those. I'm looking for F cell to base over 7 right here. We're earning a lot of money right now on F cell. If anyone took that swing with me, congratulations. We have 22%. Nice. We'd love to see that break over 20. That 7. That break on 7 would leave us about up 10-15%. Looks like it wants it as well. Yeah, life is moving up. Had that V shape. Still hit my stop. Didn't like how it was looking, so we're out. But yeah, it does not look bad right now. Anyone has Ortex? What's the shorts position? Did they cover shorts or did they cover? I don't know what Ortex is. That's not a ticker. You have to give me a ticker. You give me a ticker. I can look at it. No, I don't think there's going to be a pullback at 7. I think that there's going to, which is just a big pivot. A big pivot means that like we need to claim that level before for the next big move up. We definitely need to see some consolidation on F cell. What is this? Is that a news article? I'm not sure what that red thing is. Looks like it's going to be trying to break 7 here. Looks very, like I said, very, very strong. Looks good. I get 500 subscribers. We're going to do a charity stream. I like that. All my money I make on streams is going to go to charity and then plus donations. Or if I don't make any, then 0. But alright, if you guys got any other questions, let me know. CEI, CEI looks good. We bounce, like I said, those dips have been getting bought up like crazy. Pretty bullish. Yeah, it looks like we're about to base over. Yeah, if we were taking those 613 ads, it would have been looking good on AEI, but I didn't really have any interest in it. Yeah, AMC still has to base over 50. We're probably back in that bearish territory. AMC's just been really, really heavy. Yeah, might be looking at support.com for a possible bounce up. I really don't like playing bounce. Oh, there we go. There's that 7 key level that we needed to reclaim. I mean, adder on Ortex, it shows position. I don't like adder right now. I don't, so I'll keep it 100 with you. I keep it 100 with all my followers. I don't like adder. I mean, let's take a look at adder. It's actually it's intact. Like I said, it's intact. Like we're possibly starting another bull flag, but the problem is we started at $2 a couple months ago. We're at 15, so it's a little overextended. So I think the play is still intact. Now you just you can't expect it to always go up. We're down a lot today, but we had a really big day the other day. It looks like we're just consolidating at this point. Doesn't look like until we break this like 1426 level, it looks pretty good in my opinion. At what price would you like to sell it? FSL, I'm swinging to $6 to $10. Do you think Superior will keep dropping? It's down 8%. Yeah, I do. Support.com. Yeah, I have right now. I have a 627 average on FSL that we've been swinging on, so I'm already up 12-13%. I said I'm probably going to be swinging maybe even longer today, but probably $8 to $10. It would be smart for me to start scaling out, but I'm pretty confident in this play. So we will keep at FSL. We can look at support.com. I've said this. I don't like the chart. And I don't play for bounces, right? So let's take a look. I was talking about FSL yesterday. This is very important knowledge. So look at this long-term resistance line right here. It breaks it. It goes 6 to 12. You could have been waiting for months. Like let's just say right here at I think I'm gonna buy the dip at 8.7. But that doesn't work out. You need to make sure that the trend changes. So we have this long-term resistance line coming down. The trend changes today. It breaks. Then we buy. For support.com, there's no trend change here for me. It looks like lower lows. So there's no point of buying unless the trend changes. That's the easiest thing I can say. SPY looks really, really heavy too. But until the trend changes, I'm not interested in buying a stock because usually the trend follows. Same thing with SPY. Like I've been buying calls right when the trend hits here for the last 10 times. We buy a call, it would have worked all the way time at the bottom support line. So just make sure you're always playing the trends, and that's what we're doing with FSL right now. Good time if you're looking to get into FSL. Not really. It's still pretty overextended, but better than a lot of the times. Yeah, and you could see, yeah, because I know it's very tempting to buy the dip on some of these stocks, but until it bounces off, it's just until the trend changes, I'm not interested ever. That's just me though. You could get lucky on a trend change for sure. Like you could, if you think it's gonna bounce, but SPY is gonna be coming really, really close right here to hitting our bottom support. If it breaks anywhere of like this 443 level, we're gonna be looking to buy some serious puts or 444 level. The puts will pay off if we do. So that's on top watch today as well. Surprised SPY isn't dragging down this too much as well. So I'm dragging down FSL. Yeah, SPY could get pretty crazy today. We'll just keep looking. Oh, I'm sorry. I probably hurt all your ears. Apologies. Yeah, FSL definitely looks good. With SPY dropping, could be a chance to buy some more calls at the bottom of this support line, but SPY does look really, really heavy. We were up a lot today. Like I said, it looks heavy. And I'm sure these mega cap stocks are probably getting the wrath of it as well. Especially, let's look what the VIX is doing. Still not basing over 20. Still looks okay. Hasn't scared anyone yet. Guys, any questions, let me know. Go ahead and answer those. Yeah, FSL is definitely trying to look for this next leg up. You need to get another other monitor, so I have to switch. I don't have to switch tabs or whatever. Yeah, we'll see. A lot of it might be time to, if SPY breaks this long-term trend, puts are going to be, we're about the only green stock today. Everything else looks pretty red. Yeah, CEI. The problem is like when Zach Morris, he tweets these pops, and sometimes, when he tweets it, they're artificial. They get sold off really quick because they're just very thin volume to manipulate it. Not saying that he manipulates it, but you'll see if you tweet something that sells off really quick. Could be the market makers too, not sure. Thank you guys for all the subs coming in. There's that huge break on FSL I was talking about. Looking really, really good if you are in FSL with me. I don't know if anyone's in FSL here, but super, super good. Already hit 712. New trading, what puts SPY would you pick up? So I wouldn't buy any puts until... So this long-term resist, like I said about the trend, we've had this trend right here. So until we break this bottom support line, I think if it hits like 444.5 would be probably the trigger. They'll probably buy puts, for probably maybe 440s, maybe a 435. Kind of depends what you're comfortable with. I mean, the puts are going to be, like I'm saying, so if you think it's going to drop 5%, get 435, stuff like that. If I was to, when I do buy puts, if it does break it, I'll probably buy a couple 440s, a couple 435s, a couple 430s, and maybe a lotto at like 425. And if those do hit, they will pay huge. By price, I mean the strike price. But yeah, this FSL is looking really, really good on our swing so far. Really confident about this. We're almost up $1 on each share. So very, very good money coming out of FSL so far. Yeah. Look, we're already trying to base over 720. So yeah, we're up like $1 a share on FSL. Looking really, really good. Took the great play today. Really, really liking the setup. You guys got any tickers, any questions, let me know. We'll take a look. Yeah, Plug is probably trending because of FSL. They kind of move together. I'm sure Plug's been in a downtrend as well. Plug's still up a lot more money this year than FSL. But yeah, FSL looks really, really good. Keep claiming these re-pivots. We'll look at the chart. Hold on. We're kind of bouncing on SPY a little bit. We have some really long-term resistance. The huge pivot for FSL is going to be at 835 if we get to see that today. Hope we see that today. Perfect flag textbook. I'm going to raise my stop loss on. Let's see. Yeah, you're welcome. So I have shares at 628. So I'm going to raise my stop loss back up to 650. So we're going to be profitable in this trade. Or actually put it at 643. So we're definitely going to make profit on this trade. Always good to move your stop loss up if you're in the money. That's how you got to secure those profits. See what SPY's looking like. Possible bull flag, bear flag forming. Oh yeah, this is definitely a rising wedge. Could be to some more downside for sure. Looks decent. Thank you guys for everyone tuning in and all the subs. Appreciate it. Looks like we're setting up another leg on FSL as well. Definitely looking to set up this next leg. Yeah, SDC is kind of a momentum play. I like FSL based on the chart. Like I said, really, really bullish on the chart. Trying to, just leg up after leg up. Seeing if SPY breaks this following wedge. Could be interesting. Like I said, if we get down to that like 444 level, things could get really, really, really interesting for SPY. So curious to see how we play out on that. Yeah, FSL, great base. We have another flag potential setting up right here. We'll see how this fills. It'll probably fill in something like that. Broke out this rising wedge on SPY that I talked about. We should see some more downside coming up for the old SPY. I would love to see a market collapse. I think that we need to, or not a collapse, but we need to see a correction, in my opinion, which a correction is 10%. That would put us down at 410%. Corrections are good. They introduce new buyers in the market, blah, 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 blah. But it looks like potentially get there. We'll see. The SPY looks are really, really heavy. Very heavy. Looks like we're filling in that FSL flag very nicely. Like the action so far. Looking very solid. Yep, that fallen wedge has taken place on SPY. Broke down from it. We'll see. We get some lower lows. I usually would like SPY to go higher, but right now I just think that needs a big pullback. So we'll see. Do you guys got any tickers you want me to look at? Any questions, let me know. Yep, SPY definitely looks like maybe we're making a higher low right here. FSL, yeah, very nice move. Just new highs all the time, all day. So I think this is going to be potentially the big runner today. We got in really early, so that's very good. Yeah, we're really starting to run on FSL here. Another perfect flag breakout. Just flag after flag on this stock. A lot of buying, lots of volume as well. Volume has heated up quite a bit. Yeah, September for SPY is usually pretty volatile, so we'll be watching. Thanks for all the subs coming in. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're not going to play Plug. Plug is, the Metal Corp too. That TMC stock was really going yesterday. I don't know what its IPO is. I forgot to look. I know that they did IPO, but like I said, I don't know what they are. A lot of these IPO stocks go crazy. You know, some drip. Look at, you know, UPST, Upstart, stuff like that. But yeah, FSL looks really, really good. Looking for some further downside on SPY today. SPY looks really, really heavy. Haven't seen it look this heavy in a long time. Usually SPY, like, the dips get bought in, but it might be time that the dip market's not going to work anymore. So we will see if that thesis stays true. That thesis needs to break like 444, and we'll have a lot of downside to come. But there's no really bad news on the market. Just more of, you know, it needs a correction. But I'm sure someone will label something behind it of what it was. Yeah, it looks really, really good so far. Yeah, FSL is just flag after flag. Very interesting. You guys got any questions, let me know below. Don't want to look at there. How's OCGN? Thank you, Jason, for the sub. Appreciate it. OCGN. OCGN. Probably not great. I know it had a big run the other day. So I figured it's probably falling back down. No, I mean, it doesn't look terrible. We're making higher lows all on this chart. I mean, still think that I'd be a buyer down in like the 733 range, but it doesn't look bad. Doesn't look very good though either. Oops. Drop my computer or my thing. All right. OQGen's ready for the next leg up once again. SPY is looking to take out that lower low for the day as well. What's your thoughts on Sonam? Thank you, Zion, for the sub. Appreciate it. Sonam. I looked at that. You guys like your Sonam? The technologies. So, like I said, we have it looks pretty solid so far. We're flagging on this 1 day. The 1 day still looks intact. We're going to want to make sure that 75% level is key, but yeah, it looks good. It looks like we have maybe a possible cup and handle forming as well. The chart looks pretty decent. We're starting to curl up. RSI is already back down, so yeah, it looks fine. I wouldn't risk more than 52 cents on this play, but looks good. I have TD Canada, and the charts are not near as good as TD Ameritrade. Any suggestions for a better chart? We'll even pay for performance. I like this is TD's charts. I like TD's chart. TD's chart looks really good. BBIG, and look at TMC. I love this TD Ameritrade charts. Also, TradingView. Look at TradingView. Looks really good. FSL also looks really good. We're up about $1.10 on FSL. We can take a look at BBIG and TMC. No, I don't have a position in TMC. I traded it yesterday. Like I said, there's only 3 candles. I need to look at the financials, what this company does, but since IPO, it looks really good. There's nothing too much to talk about. And the other one is BBIG. I had some shares in BBIG. I sold up at like 12.20, 12.50. Yesterday, I told you that this 9.75 level was really, really key to hold, and it broke it. Right here, this 9.50 level, excuse me. So I sold out at 9.50. This on my stop loss, I think yesterday, right there, or 9.75, somewhere in there. I think BBIG is still intact. I think that it's still a good play in my opinion. I'm just not willing to risk money on it at this point since it's been breaking all these key support levels. But we have seen it kind of go down like this, and it shoots right back up. Who knows? It might. It just from my graph, I don't know much about the company. Haven't studied it much, and the graph doesn't look the best. So I'm not looking too confident on it. Yeah, TradingView is nice. Ask Shreddy, but what's your predictions on AEI? TradingView is really, really good. It's easier for just. I like how TD looks. I've spent the most time on TD, so it's easy for me. Yeah, AEI looks really, really good. Setting actually up. 331 is a huge break on this stock. We have a huge bull flag setting up. But yeah, 331 is a huge break. Would be a good time to buy. But yeah, I looked and I said that this 313 would be a good buy this morning. I've just been too I've been carried on with FSL. If we look to the 1 year, 1 day, like I said, we had this gap to fill up to 335, which we're about to clear, but really we have a big gap up to 469. So we got a ways to run to here. I'm not really going to give you a price prediction. You'll have to make that, but it's a fair assumption that we do have some room to run today. The key with TMC is that it's a terrible company with no projected revenue until 24, so it's going to hit 40 by the end of the week with the current market. Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah. The market loves to have companies with no revenue just shoot up. Yeah, like, I don't know. I'm very big into revenue and year-over-year growth, and if a company can't show either one, I'm not very interested. I'm gonna show you guys. So I'm really into growth stocks, right? And I've compiled a list of about 20 growth stocks of my favorite growth stocks that been growing 100% year over year. Growth has had a really, really bad year. All these stocks look really, really good though. So I'm gonna pull up this. If you guys want to follow my Twitter, the link's in bio, and that's where you're gonna find this. So if you go to televised Twitter, also post charts and stuff on here. But if you go to my Twitter right here, and you go down here to M1 Finance, I've done tons of research on all these names, but here's your year performance if you would have had it. So this is my IRA, pretty much. BCRX, my favorite bioceuticals, APPS, my favorite growth, but there's a lot of things in here. XP is one of my favorites as well. But all of these stocks in here, I could answer any question. I've done lots of research on all of these, and all of these stocks are amazing long term. So if you follow my Twitter, links in bio, you can just go ahead and look at those as well. Go ahead and minimize that. AEI. Still looks okay. How's OCGN? Glad I didn't sell Life. Oh yeah, Cody. Yeah, you're up a lot of money on Life, huh? OCGN looks fine. I just looked at the chart. It doesn't look bad. It's not very bullish either. The only chart that I'm really bullish on this morning, if you guys rewind the stream, and I know Cody, we were talking about this yesterday. I have buys at 627 on FSL, so we're up a lot of money on those, waiting for the next move. I mean, the real thing with TMC is that it's a dysfunction of the market. There's 120 open interest on options. Retail loves these gamma squeeze targets. I mean, kind of. I mean, the thing with the gamma squeezes really aren't necessarily a thing. I think they're hyped up more than they really are in these short squeezes. I think people, whenever stock goes up, people are just let's say short squeeze, it's a short squeeze. But in reality, I mean, for example, I have the ability to short any stock because I'm in the hard to borrow program because, I have the account minimum. I know what I'm doing. So, I mean, these shorts that are on the stocks that these very volatile stocks, they're usually pretty good in what they're doing. So, a lot of these shorts really aren't going to get trapped in a lot of these stocks. They're usually playing a low position. They know what they're doing. I'm sure some of them have, most definitely, but there's also not a lot of people shorting the market. Not a lot of people actually short. I would say maybe 1% of retail actually has ever used a short. And hedge funds aren't going to be day trading on shorts. You know what I mean? So there's not a really... I have a 750 FSL car. Yeah, I have... we're up a lot of money on FSL, and we're actually ready for the next leg up as well. I know I've been saying that all the time. But yeah, there's not a lot of shorts in the market, really. If you think about it, I rarely short. It's not for me. I like playing long, but I will short. There's just not a lot of, I think the short interest volume, stuff like that, hedge funds aren't really going to short a day trade, right? They're not going to short something that's not up 100%. It's more of just, I don't know, hard to explain. Hedge funds don't care that much. Yeah, we have a perfect bear flag on SPY. Curious to see where this puts us once we break this. How about CEI? CEI looks really, really good. I have CEI from 0.918. Love the look of CEI right now. All these dips have been getting bought up really, really well. So we had a huge dip, got bought up. Had a dip this morning, got bought up, and we're looking to really break over this 150 resistance. No, I'd say 155, and we should have our next leg up. We've been consolidating for a bit. Looks really, really good on CEI. It's one of my favorites. Well, that is my one swing that I like as well. FSL, we just keep grinding higher and higher. Looks really, really good. Like what I'm seeing on FSL. If you took that play with me, we're up about 20%. So we are up about 20%. So good stuff coming out of FSL. Congratulations if you took that with me. Yeah, SPY, I said, looks really, really heavy. We could get really interesting. We have an A+. I always say we have a really, really good setup on SPY for a bear flag, and every time I say that, it shoots through it. So I'm not going to draw any charts, but it seems like we have a bear flag. SPY usually just, I'll say it's bear flag, and it like does that. It'll just go up. And I want to see the market kind of drop. I want to see some volatility. FSL, that 815 level is huge, or whatever it is that I said. Yeah, support.com has been dropping all day. We've dropped 15%. Could be looking for a possible bounce. What exactly do you mean by leg up, and how can you tell? Thanks. Sure. Now, that's a great question, and I would tell you the answer right now. So on FSL, just look on the 1 minute. We consolidated right here. There's a whole bunch of textbook patterns you can look up how to read, patterns, but this is a perfect bull flag. So our resistance line is sloping down right here. So our resistance line is right here. It follows it perfectly, and the support line comes down here. When they meet together, it's a bull flag, and that's usually where consolidation happens. Once we break out of the bull flag, we see continuation upwards. For example, if we go to CEI, we've been consolidating. Look how perfect these bull flags are. So look at this bull flag. Bull flag is absolutely perfect, textbook definition, and we're ready for, once we break out of here, we're ready for our next leg up. So we have our next leg up, and you could also use the leg up. It's actually a flag pull by definition. Ready for our next pull. So we have our pull, flag, pull, flag, pull, flag. And when I'm looking at this, we look like we're almost about, it's kind of a weird flag because of that dip. But in my opinion, it looks like we broke out of that flag this morning. So it looks like we're ready for our next leg up or pull up. Yeah, that looks really good. Yummy. So that's what I mean by the next leg up. And these flags are what you really want to look for. And then why FSL that I even took. I didn't take shares yesterday, but I put it on my watch list. This is another play I like. It's called the long-term resistance line. Right here we could see FSL, this resistance line. We couldn't break it for about a year. We break it, goes 6 to 12. Right here for the last 5 months we couldn't break it, but we started to really, really try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So once this broke it, I have a price target of up to this $10 level. So we'll see how that plays out. Different setups. Traders like different setups more than others. Yes, you're welcome. I like setup. So yeah, FSL is definitely, CEI is looking for the next leg up. Actually, perfect bull flag being in there. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Oh, you want me to look at UAMI? Like I said, I don't have the time to look at financials, and this is just graphing I'm doing. United States Autonomy Corp. I have no idea what this company is. The graph doesn't look awful. We're making some higher lows on the 1 day. It looks pretty stagnant, though, from what I see. Maybe a rising wedge. I don't know. It doesn't look, that great for me. The only thing, since it's been having higher lows, right now would be a good risk off, or good buy, possibly, and risk off 84 cents. Would be the only thing I can think of. Love to see SPY drop on this bear flag. Perfect bear flag setup on SPY. We'll see what happens with that. See if we can break this last low. Price target for FSL. Bumper my stop on FSL up to 7. I just bought an option call on FSL. So FSL right now I have all of my shares are at 627, so I've been raising up my stop loss as it goes. Right now it's at 647, but a good stop loss right now is 681. So let me raise that up on my phone. So I'm going to raise my stop loss up to 681, which means I'm guaranteed to lock in profits and still going to have some room to go up. So I got that in at 681. I mean, price targets are hard, right? Because if I get the price target wrong and you're in here, I don't want people to come after me because I'm not a financial advisor, but I do I do see, like, I've been aiming for this. I said this morning, to that $8 to $10 range would be realistic in my opinion, and I have a really good average, so I could be willing to risk more. So we will see. First red candle on the 1 minute, 5 minute. Possibly looking for our next leg up as well. Thank you guys for all the subs coming in. Appreciate it. Yeah, SPY's really looking heavy right here. Would love SPY to break down so I can take some puts. And like I said, if SPY breaks down, looks like we possibly could. If it breaks past like this 444 level, I'm gonna be buying some puts. And if those puts hit, be in some serious money. Wish I would have had some F-cell puts. F-cell calls. This morning I wasn't really thinking about it. But if you had some, the calls would have been up a lot today. But yeah, make sure the biggest part about trading is capital preservation. So what I mean by that is, like, protect your capital by putting in stop losses, scaling out, stuff like that. Did you sell out of life, Cody? I know you were in life yesterday. Yeah, CEI looks good. I got a nice swing from 0.918. I'm holding 10,000 shares. I know some people in here have a lot of shares of CEI as well. Yes, like I said, CEI, probably looking for that. Want to see $2 in the next day hit. We broke out of this bull flag right here, so I'd like to see some big continuation from it. I want to go back to here. Yeah, we broke out of this flag right here, so I would like to see some higher continuation today. Would love to see if we could break past that 166 resistance. Oh man, is the SDC meme about to melt? I don't know what the SDC is mean. I took profits 11.20. Oh, nice. Okay. There's the SDC meme. I never really liked SDC. I know I played it yesterday. I don't know what the meme is. You can link it on my Twitter. If you guys are looking at my Twitter, if you guys like the content, you guys want to know when I go live. I usually go live 30 minutes before market open. I do have my Twitter in the bio as well, so that is there. Yeah, profits on life would have been good. I was going to play it this morning, didn't end up doing that. But yeah, CEI looks good. FSL looks like it could be a possible dip buy. Hopefully we aren't losing momentum here. CI 3,300 shareholding. Nice. Yeah, I got about 10,000 at 0.918. Let's see what our level 2 looks like. Level 2 is pretty heavy on the sell side, but it's very thin still. Be good. We need on this 30 minute. Be nice if we could get some. Looks like we could be ready for our next leg on this 30 minute. We'll see. Definitely that $1.66 resistance is going to be huge. Sold F-cell for profit. Nice. Yeah, F-cell was a big winner today. I have my stop loss set at 682. I probably should have been scaling out on the way. Looks like we could be rounding out. But yeah, I'm going to keep my stop loss at 682. I'll still lock in, 60 cents a share. Probably could have sold some up here, but I still think we might have some upside as well. Turn up. Over my engine? Are you driving a plane? Nah, I need to invest in a better mic, because this mic is fine if I talk like this, but I had to lean over. Oh yeah, no, you're welcome. You're fine. You guys got any other tickers? Let me know. So yeah, I just need to get the adjustable mic from Best Buy. It's kind of a lot of money. Don't really want to. We'll see though. I also don't know where I would mount it on my wall, but I know they have those that you can put right next to your face. Because the problem is I gotta type and talk. I just need to redo my setup in my room. It's not the best. Oh, a semi of a big rig. Yeah, that sounds like fun. Making serious money as a semi driver though. I respect it. Nice, okay. Love to hit 200s. Oh, this is my Twitter also if you guys are curious. It's just televised. You can find all my long-term growth stocks in there. I tweet out some interesting stuff. Up to 175 subs looks great. Waiting to see if SL gives me a good intro price. I mean, yeah, the problem, right now it looks like a really good price for FSL. As long as we can hold this 720 level, right now it'd be a good entry. We still are we are up for the day quite a bit, so, and especially if you don't have a day trade left. We were talking about that yesterday. If you don't have a day trade yet, might not be the play. But still confident. I got that stop loss in place. I'm still looking for, I would love to. What I would do is start scaling at $8. $8 would be probably my start where I'd start actually scaling out some nice chunks of money. Still have some good profits in here, but we will see. Yeah, CI looks really, really good. SPY, I really want SPY to drop. Yeah, Adder's down 20%. Adder needed to cool off today. Long-term trend probably still intact. We could look at end of the day. Thank you, sir. Yeah, you're welcome. AEI is a awesome buy. Waiting to see is FSL. What would you prefer as a stop price for FSL? It depends what your entry is. It depends what your entry is. If you have an entry somewhere, I have an entry at 627, so I'm gonna risk off, 684. But if you have an entry, at up here, you might want to risk off less. But a good stop loss would be 683, or 78 would be a good stop loss. 78 would probably be the better stop loss. If we start a next leg up, I'm gonna move it to 78. But it looks like we're curling up, looking like we could hit the next leg. CEI, we're hitting $1.52. That looks really solid as well. So we broke out of that bull flag today, so it's looking very good. Life getting hits. Yeah, we can look. I don't like FS. So FS, Fisker, FSR. I looked at the chart yesterday. I won't be a buyer until 1050. 1050 is an attractive level for Fisker. Their profit sucks. Their car looks cool. The dollar's kind of hot, but other than that, not much bullish signs. I'd be a buyer at 1080. Looks like we sometimes bounce off at this 10 mark. Pretty flat chart. Don't like it. FSL. Oh, we're trying really hard, but I'm actually going to put my stop loss at 7.8. If I get stopped out, I've made a lot off this play, so that's fine. I just moved it up to 7.8 though, so I want everyone to be aware. Life getting hits, we can take a look at life. But yeah, if we stop out, I still think the long-term play is in fact, but made too much money to just give it away. Yeah, life is getting some hits, huh? Oh shoot, that's not. Let's look at life. And it's kind of getting some hits. We still have this really. I'd be a buyer down here at this 980 level. 980, be a serious buyer down there. Look pretty overextended, and it looks like, whoa. Wait, I don't like what I just did. Okay, yeah, not too looking good on that. But yeah, I didn't. So if I do stop out of FSL, I don't really mind. I have a 7-8 stop loss. I mean, I do mind, but made almost $1.50 off a profit. So BBIG, what is scale back? Scale. So like usually, so let's just say what happened on FSL today is right. I have a 627 entry. So what I mean by scale out would be like, at some key levels. So like at 627, so it may be like 640, maybe at 650 I'll scale out 50 shares. At 680 I'll scale out 100 shares. At 719 I'll scale out 100 shares. And on top of scaling, I'm raising up my stop loss as well. Judgment time for SPY. So scaling out and then scaling back into a stock. For example, if I'm going to scale into FSL today, maybe I'll buy some at 713. Maybe I'll wait an hour, buy some, wait an hour. It just makes sure you get it when you're scaling in it, so you get a better average. When you're scaling out, you're making sure that you're protecting profits. Good content. I'm down 55% on OCGN. That's rough. I don't know if you're gonna have a chance of bouncing back. Looks like could possibly stop out here. Like I said, we stopped out on FSL. I just got a notification on my phone. Right? The reason I decided to stop out, we still have a lot of profit, but look, we have a lower low possibly, and now we have SPY. SPY is looking really interesting. I want all my attention back on SPY for the time being. So this long-term trend line, we just broke it. It's going to be interesting if we decide to go lower or bounce back up. Right now would be if we're looking at the trend, it bounces up off of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. Why wouldn't it do it a 10th? Right? We need to ask ourselves, why wouldn't it do it a 10th? So buying some calls on, maybe 448 calls, 450 calls would not be a bad idea down here. Now, if it really does break about 444, then it'd be time to buy puts. But right now, I think I'm going to buy a call for 480, for about 450 call. Right now, I think that it's going to bounce off of this level, in my opinion. If it doesn't, that's all right. We'll buy puts. But I'm going to play the trend. Okay. So I'm getting into the options chain, and we're going to buy 450 strike, and we're going to buy a weekly. We'll see. So I'm going to buy perfect. I'm going to wait for it to drop a bit. See what happens. I got that option loaded up, though. FSL's Q3 earnings today morning better than... Oh, they had better expected earnings. Okay, that's what moved it. Surprising. Yeah, that still does look good. I stopped out at 7.8, but I made a lot of profit on that trade. Didn't want to give it back. I still think the trend is intact. I just don't want to lose profits over something. But yeah, do you have this option chain pulled up? Am ready to take that an option if I look. I want to see if we bounce back up off of this level again, or if we're gonna fall further south. The CEI looks really, really good. I'm gonna make sure we don't have another bear flag setting up. But yeah, SPY looks very heavy. Okay, I'm gonna take a SPY call right now. So I'm gonna put that in the option chain. I got a SPY call for about somewhere right here at the bottom of the support line. So I'm playing that I think SPY is gonna bounce up today and through the next week. If it doesn't, that's okay as well. If it breaks, here, we'll make a lot more money on puts. But I'm gonna play this long-term trend. We'll see what happens with that. If you guys have any other tickers, let me know. But yeah, we just took some SPY calls. Bottom of that support line. Smart thing to do. Don't know what happened right here. We already kind of bounced off of that support as well. Let's go over to CEI. See, I hit that $1.60. Consolidating looks good. Really good. Be a good debt buying for CI. Looks like RSI has definitely cooled off. Yeah, I'm so curious to see if we get the SPY bounce. I did take a call. 450 for a weekly, so we will see. Maybe something cool will happen. FSL, yeah, FSL looks decent. Like I said, I stopped out at FSL at 7.8. Starting to accumulate back. It's starting to go back up. Just not my cup of tea right now. Make sure we protected profits. But if you're still in FSL, congrats. It looks like I still think we're making lower lows, unfortunately. But who knows? I made about $1.30 on each share, so it looks really, really good. Looks like SPY's trying to bounce. Also, another bear flag could be happening. So, we're going to be looking for some serious puts, in my opinion. We could, if it does break that trend line, there'd be some serious, definitely serious potential for some puts. So, I'm going to be waiting for that. Definitely be looking into that. I'm surprised no one's asked me about Wish. Seems like something I get a lot of questions on. Thanks for all the subs coming in. Really, really appreciate it. Yeah, FSL starting to curl back on FSL. Like I said, I had a 620 average, so I made about $1 a share. I did sell out. That I thought the trend was over, but like I said before, my price target was 8 to 10. Didn't even follow that. Should have kept half it, but like protecting profits. Yeah, Adder is getting crushed. We're down 22%, but like I said, I needed to cool off. It was up. It's been up big, really, really big. I wonder what F sells. Yeah, SPY. We're playing this bounce right here. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is making a lower low. I really just think the trend is over for now. We had a big jump off of not too great of news. But what about Wish? Let's see. I like Wish. I like Wish long term. I actually really do. And Wish at these price levels are really, really attractive for me. Look at this long term. Okay, this is crazy. Remember we talked about FSL when we have these long term trend lines. Like this is pretty crazy. The only thing, remember how like FSL was starting when we looked down here, it was really trying to break over this resistance line. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times, and it's already at $6 from 32. I'm just telling you guys, I really like the stock just financial wise, but if we break this long term resistance line, I don't know, we could see a huge move up. Like I'm talking maybe even to the 20s. So this is definitely on watch if this ever does break. Okay, no, I actually do. I actually strangely like Wish. It's just been in this falling. I'm glad you asked. I wanted someone to ask. I mean, like, they're still making $1 billion every quarter off of revenue or something. I don't know what their revenue is, but it's like a lot of revenue. So, like I said, I am bullish on Wish. Like I said, we need to break because like it could go down to $2, right? Like until it breaks this resistance line, I'm not really interested in buying. But it really is flirting with that resistance line. One good day on FSL on Wish could really pop it off. And down here we're getting close to kind of a double bottom. This 614 area. This area is looking really, really good to add Wish at, in my opinion. Plug calls. Plug calls, no. I mean, yeah, I'd buy some Wish calls if I were everyone when it breaks. Don't like plugs graph. I don't even really want to look at it too much. Doesn't look that good. Wouldn't buy calls on there. Any long term, let's see. Long term play intact for sure. Except I really wouldn't be a buyer until we see. I would be a buyer maybe in these like mid fives if I was to initiate a position. Yeah, Wish could be a moneymaker, seriously. And we are getting close to a double bottom at 6.8. Or at 6.4, there's a double bottom possibly, so look a nice huge following on Wish. Agree that it's got, yeah, there is a really, really big following on Wish too. You're like, yeah, you already know all the financial gurus or whatever. They've been all over Wish. So as soon as that, I mean, if it does pop, it's gonna have some huge potential. So yeah, I'm watching Wish closely. I almost want to add some shares. Like I said, this is the exact same F cell. Let's compare charts to F cell. That I brought this up yesterday. It's pretty easy to read these kind of charts. So exact same setup on. Look. I mean, you can't get any more identicals than this, right? Like, let's look. And if we look, we're flirting with resistance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times right down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. So if that candle breaks, we're gapping up on Wish huge. So I mean, I just look at, we have a lot of potential, and down at these 639 area, it looks really good. Glad I stopped out of Wish at 7.8, or sorry, FCell, but yeah. I still think FCell could be a swing into later. I just wanted to see if we get a better price, but yeah, Wish for sure. Actually, looking at those charts now, I'm going to wait to see the close, but I wouldn't be, too opposed to actually buying some shares. Looks rather good. So I'd wait for that long-term trend, though. It looks like we could possibly go lower on SPY here as well. But yeah, definitely Wish is a top play for me. If you guys are interested. If you guys follow my Twitter, link is in bio. I will go over, I'll let you guys know when that, because I'm not live all the time. Because, like, for example, I'm kind of tired. I'm probably going to take a nap today. So if you guys, if I do get an alert on my phone when that resistance line breaks, you're going to want to make sure you get those alerts. Especially with Wish, it's gonna break out rather quick, I believe. Yeah, we did take some SPY calls. I do think we're gonna see a bounce in the next week, but if we do break this this support line, if I can definitely see where we've broken it, might be time for some serious puts. And it looks like we're kind of breaking down into that 444 level is going to be very big for SPY to hold. I still think we're going to bounce off these levels, but we do look very looks very heavy. E-commerce. Don't know the financials. I've never seen this company in my life. Long-term trend looks really, really healthy, though. If you're a long-term buyer, we're kind of in the middle of this range right now. But I'd be a buyer somewhere in these 275s. Even right here is not a bad buy, but in these kind of 280s, high 280s would be a good buy for me. I know it's only a few cents, but the chart looks intact. Looks like a really good chart. Really good chart. Weekly candle doesn't look the best. Yeah, like I said, I have SPY for a bounce potentially. I took the calls, so we'll see. Thank you guys for all the subs coming in. Would love to hit 200 today. We'll see if we can do that. Yeah, we'll see what happens with SPY. Could be interesting.
Yeah, FSL definitely could be interesting as well. Yeah, Wind Resorts. I don't know the news on that. Wouldn't go long. Like I said, I don't really go long on plays that are red. I don't really buy the dip until there's a clear unless it's like buying the dip on Apple's a little bit different than buying the I know long term that I'm gonna make that percent back eventually, so it's on discount. And there's a lot of stocks like that, like growth stocks that are really like if they dip, I'll buy them because I know even if it dips lower, I'm still that DATS chart I was talking about, that swing DATS, that's another one that I want to get a position for a swing. I think that has some long term potential. Looks pretty well, so let's go to DATS. Actually really like DATS chat. You look into the company, it's really solid. But we were looking for a big move. But do you like the setup for a long term play? Oh man. Let's see. Curious. I like that Carl Walton. I don't know if anyone, it's a little bit off topic. If anyone's good with cars, I ended up. Thank you guys for all these subs coming in. I just ended up buying the new. Um, I just got to buy the new Honda Civic, and it's got a VTEC engine, but I want to turbo it. I want to turbo this thing. But I love how the new Honda Civic looks, and it was my first new car, so went ahead and bought it. But I want to turbo it. Does anyone know if you can turbo those VTEC engines? You got any car guys in here? Anyone's seen it done? Yeah, we are working on a bear flag again on Spy, but time will tell. Should have just gotten a damn Mustang. Thank you guys for all the subs coming in. Really appreciate it. Hey, I don't know where Smile Direct Club is. I mean, Smile Direct. I don't know. It's been a strange play. It's been trending, not trending. Yeah, life definitely needs to have a cool back until. I was actually possibly looking to buy life at support, but see AGC Growth Corp is trending. I remember buying AGC back in the day. You can turbo anything. Yeah, I need to. Let me just look at. All right, 2021 Honda Civic LX. So I have the two door one. Not 20. Let's look. It's a really nice looking car. Oh, I have the 2021 sub. Yeah, something like this, pretty much. It's got the fastback action. Anyways, I want to turbo it, so I'm sure you can turbo it. We'll see. I need to turbo it. Uh, Now, I want to turbo and supercharge it. That would be cool. So if anyone wants to hit me up with like a $5,000 donation so I can do either or, that would be much appreciated. All right. Yeah, Spy, very choppy day. I mean, I know we lost a little bit of money on life, made it way back on FCell, but pretty choppy. Doesn't look, no, there's no plays that are looking good, really. To be honest, if you guys have any tickers, let me know. We'll go over those. Do you think it's about too late to buy on CEI? I mean, I still think it's gonna hit $2-3 in my opinion. I said I was holding for two when I was in $1.98. Hit $1.60. No, I don't think it's too late. I mean, like, definitely use your stop losses. Be smart. Like, if you're buying right now, a good stop loss, since we're already on this next leg up, is gonna be like $1.30. FSL's starting to break down. I sold at 6.8 for a reason. We're starting to get these lower lows. Don't really like that too much. I still see CEI has got some potential, but I would scale in. So buy some a little bit now, maybe some later when it dips. Just be smart. Don't buy it all at $1.53, especially because some of these pops have been getting faded. A lot of these CI stocks, they pop and they fade right away. So just make sure you're scaling in rather than just going all in. If you guys got, I see some people follow my Twitter. Yeah, if you guys want to follow my Twitter, you can go ahead and do that. Links in bio. It's crazy how much subscribers I have on YouTube already, but it's really hard to grow on YouTube. Like, I was just posting really good videos, maybe get like 10 views and maybe a sub. Maybe. Should write a book on it. Thank you guys for all the subs coming in. I know yesterday we got some donations too. Who was it? A guy by the name of Zach Morris donated 20. I think it was a troll, but who knows? Yeah, FCell's definitely broken down. We see these lower lows come through, so lower lows and lower lows. Not too interested in it. Yeah, made some good money on FSL. Like I said, maybe the swing's still intact. Maybe I will buy some later today. Not yet. Looking for the next. There's not a lot of plays intact right now. I bought a SPY call, but there's nothing. Rather than like, I could go like I would. Let's look. I would be scary shorting adder at these levels, but we could potentially be some good profit shorting adder right here. So when short, there's a different strategy to shorting, so we can talk about it at least. It's good knowledge to have how to short a stock. It's a little bit opposite thinking as going long, right? So as soon as we break, as soon as we break this low, it's a good time to go short. So if we broke this 1351, and then we look at some where it could fall. So if I look at adder, we have some really good support coming up at 12.99. So maybe I'd want to cover a little bit there, but looks like we have a lot of free fall down to 13.21. I don't really short too much, but sometimes it's good to know when the market changes. FSL 7 call starting to look better. Do you think it's a bit too late to buy? Yeah, like I said, I like FSL. FSL looks solid. I sold out of FSL. Like I said, I had a really good entry. We went 6.27 to like 7.8 today. Starting to make lower lows, so I honestly would not get into FSL right now. SPY might be running. Yeah, I bought a SPY call at the bottom of this resistance. So I bought SPY right here, kind of down here. So we'll see if it bounces up. I believe it will bounce up. There's nothing in the market that makes me think that there's anything bad coming. It does look a little heavy right here, but give us another chance to buy some calls right here. Lower lows coming down on FSL. Yeah, if SPY runs, I'll make some good money off these calls. If you guys do have the time, if you guys are looking for really good growth stocks, if you're curious of just letting your money sit and on some stocks that could go up 100% a year, have like a really, really good growth year over year over 100%, go ahead and follow my Twitter. Oh no. And if you scroll down here, if you go to this M1 Finance post, all these stocks, I've researched a lot. You see how good the growth is in here. Like all these stocks in here. I know, for example, a lot of growth has had a really, really bad time this year. So there's a lot of opportunity for some dip buying in there. And that could be another topic. And yeah, it looks like SPY's breaking, we are jumping off that bottom support line. That's why it took us, history repeats itself until it doesn't. So as long as it keeps bouncing off of that bottom support, I'll keep buying calls and making money. Thanks for all the subs coming in as well. Appreciate it. Yeah, Adder's getting pretty hammered this morning. A lot of these stocks are, when you have a stock run up a few 100% in a week, you would expect a big pullback. Same thing with support.com getting hammered. I've said for the last 2 days it's been dropping every day, but I don't like support.com right now until something changes to move my mind. But yeah, like a lot of these stocks are on discount for sure. I know XP on XP on earnings went up 50%. It was crazy. Because that's one of my favorite stocks, but XP, it was having a really, really rough year on growth, right? And I know we went like $30 to $54 off of earnings. So I mean, the earnings on this company are insane. Love XP long term. I have some at like $31. Had it up at 90, but I'm still waiting for the ride. And these fib levels, my next target would be 57 based on the fib levels. The Fibonacci is a whole other different. I don't really like doing it. I try to keep. You'll see people's charts. Well, I just want to do an example. Like you'll have people's charts. People like to use VWAP, and they like to use a shit ton of EMAs. So you at the end of the day, so you're gonna have a chart that looks like this, and I don't like it's too much for me. It's just too much color. I don't like it. I honestly don't find the EMAs are good for like buying zones and stuff like that. I don't really find it too. I know some people are really into EMAs. I'm really, really big into RSI, and another one you probably haven't seen me use too much is called MACD. MACD is when a stock turns bullish. So if you look at like something like the 1 day, so let's go look at FSL. We could see that on this 4-hour MACD is crossing over. Whenever it does, it usually has quite a big run. So MACD turning positive is a big thing. And if we look at the 1 day, this is a big telltale. MACD, again, crossed over. Whenever it crosses over, we have these bigger jumps. So it would be a good time to go long when MACD crosses over on a bigger time frame. And look, if you look on this 3 week, look at this. Look, when we crossed over right here on this 3 week, we literally went $3 to 30, and we're about to cross over again. So you do the math. Maybe it is good for a swing. Looks like we actually did cross over today. MACD is really, really interesting, and if you combine it with RSI shows how overbought a stock is. Well, it's its relative strength index. So when we look at RSI and some of our top stocks that have been performing this year, let's look at SPY. You want to see RSI kind of stay in these top levels on a bullish stock. So, we bounce up and off in this kind of higher region. Now, if we look at something like FSL on the 1 year, 1 day, we're going to come down here, and when it's declining, it doesn't have much relative strength index. So it's kind of going to be trending in here. Now, there's a few things I've noticed as a trader when we're looking at when RSI is up here, we obviously want it to consolidate, right? And a bull flag, when we see, so this is a potential bull flag, but if the RSI starts to cool off like it is right now on this bull flag, that's very bullish. Now, if we have a bear flag on something like SPY on the 1 minute, and RSI is increasing a lot, even though price action isn't moving up, that is bearish. So, that's the 2 indicators I use. I probably put that in a YouTube video in more depth, but all that EMAs, stuff like that, I'm not a big fan of. I know people are a big fan of their EMAs and stuff like that. That is fine. I like to keep my charts just really, really simple. It makes it easier for me to trade. I know that, like I said, if you are, I know some people are into EMAs, that's great. The biggest thing with trading is you need to make sure you have your own trading system that works for you. So for me, it's using these things, using technical analysis on top of, having really good stop losses, scaling out efficiently, stuff like that. So once you make your own, your own trading system that works for you, and it starts to work, trading gets a lot easier. But you can use some of my techniques, but at the end of the day, if you have low conviction or you don't trust your trading setup, you're not going to trust yourself, and you're going to not be profitable. But that is just a quick rundown of what I use. I know that was like really off topic. If you guys got any other tickers, questions that you want me to look at, go ahead and do that. That's crazy. We're holding 32 viewers. Appreciate all the subs coming in as well. I wish they would all show. Yeah, it looks like SPY has a potential bounce right here. Could be another rising wedge. FSL, I'm looking for a bounce on kind of like the 680 level. Would like to see it. Could be a good chance of taking another long shot. If you guys got any other tickers, questions like that, go ahead and let me know. We will go over that. Also, like, there's so many indicators out there. If you look at Ripster47 on Twitter, I'm sure some of you are familiar with him. He has these things called EMA clouds, and those EMA clouds are really, really good. I used to use them a lot. There's like I said, there's so much indicators out there. I think it's just important that they use. I've made money off of these MACD and RSI, and I like using them. I get them. I've used them for a while now, so that's why I do it. But it's all, at the end of the day, it's all up to you. If you like it, if you don't like, I just don't like how the screen looks with EMAs. There's too much color, and I haven't found them out to help. Now, I'm sure people have looked at RSI and maybe MACD, and that doesn't help them. So, FSL looks like we could be filling in this flag as soon as we break, and this was a really, really bad line. Same thing as I've said before, this resistance line at the top is so key for so many stocks, but if we can break this, we could see some further upside. I know I talk about that upper resistance a lot, but I've made a lot of money off those plays. Same thing with Wish. Like, let's go over Wish real quick. I know I've compared it again, but let's look at the 1 year, 1 day on Wish and FSL, because I want you guys to be prepared for this move when it comes. Because I like Wish as a long-term stock, especially at these levels. We look at this long-term resistance line, right? Let's zoom in here. They look almost identical. We have this resistance line that we can't break over. We start to really try to push out. We're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. We're really trying hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. We're trying really hard. As soon as that breaks it, we have very explosive moves on the upside. Especially with a company like Wish that I like. I see a lot of potential if we break this. So something to keep in mind. You can find a lot of setups too like that. So that's my favorite setup right now. I know FSL was, but now it's Wish. Where will go? Will FSL go? FSL rest of the day. Months going back to Feb numbers. Do you stream daily? Yeah, I'm gonna start streaming daily. I hope so. Like I said, FSL broke this long-term resistance line. Earnings weren't that bad. They're still not great though. So we have MACD that started to curl up on the 1 day. I had a price target of 8 to 10. I sold out of my FSL position. I just want that to be known. I bought at 628 and I sold at 7.8. I think long term it's fine. I would like to for a swing. Long term, the longevity, that would have to be something I look at, the financials and stuff like that to analyze. From the overall graph, we've been really downtrending. It doesn't look that great to me, and I know FSL's had some problems. So for a long-term stock, I would say no. If you are looking at long-term stocks, I have my Twitter link in bio. If you go down here to this M1 Finance tab, I've spent at least a couple hours on each one of these stocks analyzing. So if you're looking for some long-term stocks, go in here. All these are, A+. You'd been up 158% if you invested this year in this. There's it's really hard for me to say if I'd go long an F cell. The financials of the company aren't great. They're not growing a lot. So I don't really see a whole lot of, opportunity in there. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like, I know some people would be like, oh, all these YouTubers would be like, oh, AMC to the moon, whatever. But, like, if I honestly don't think it's going to, I'm not going to, tell you guys something that's not true. So that's my thoughts on. I mean, FSL, yeah, we had a good day trade today, but for the longevity, sure, we might have a swing to $8 to $10 like I thought. But the longevity of the company, unless these earnings, I haven't looked at the earnings, but let's go ahead and just look at the earnings. But unless like these earnings were, something absolutely crazy, like okay, we really sped up. Okay, so honestly, that the revenue was a beat, but we still have revenue year to year down 26%. Our net, all these are going up, and the diluted EPS is bad. That's up as well. We only had 70 million revenue, and our market cap is 22.2 billion. That's a 45 times EBITDA. So not really bullish so far. Like, yes, the earnings were a little bit better. ETF. What's an ETF? Link in bio for my Twitter. It's also just televised. TELIVIZED. ETF. Earnings were higher than quarterly. Yes, yeah, or yes, I do agree with you. That's why it did pop. So yes, earnings were higher than the estimates. But what I'm saying is earnings still aren't good, right? We had 70 million revenue for 2021, and it stock trades 4 to 6 times its revenue. So it really should be like a 50-cent stock, in my opinion. That's my opinion. If you think that also, for something like Tesla, it doesn't have that much earnings compared to its market cap, but you're also buying into how much it's growing time over time. It's not really growing that much, expanding and stuff like that. But you're also buying that this technology, one day will be extremely useful. And maybe as people buy electric cars and people use fuel cells for hydrogen, maybe this is a long-term longevity play. I don't see the longevity in it, in my opinion. If you do, that's great. And yeah, I do. Yeah, that's actually a really really big beat on earnings, but I still don't think they're good earnings. Right? It's a good beat, but if you're, it's like they're still bad though, in my opinion. Now, if you look at something like, I'm just gonna pop out earnings on, this is my favorite growth stock. We've been growing 200% a year. Look at these earnings year over year, right? We were beating every single quarter. Our net income for our revenue for the year is up 260%. So we're growing 260% year over year. We're getting more cash on hand. Our cost of revenue is also declining, and we've been beating every quarter. So I'm looking for stuff like this that is all green on the revenue, net income. Look at this. So stuff like that. I don't really want to see red on the income and stuff like that when you're looking at growth stocks. That was reasoning for day blow up though. Yes, that was. And then when we look at FSL, we had this long-term resistance line that was broken. And once this broke, it went 6 to 12. This, I think that we could play a long play. Maybe it does hit 10 sometime. I'm trying to, like I said, I sold out at 6.8. But yeah, there's that good growth stock if you want to look at those in my bio. But yeah, so when I'm looking at companies I do like day trading, but for the majority of my stocks, I'm into hypergrowth. So hypergrowth is a company that's growing 100% year over year. You want to make sure it's beating estimates. Sometimes stocks aren't going to beat estimates, but you want to see that it's consistently beating estimates. It's growing really quick. The cash on hand is going up. The cost of revenue is going down. Employees are going up. They're expanding. Let's look at one of my other favorites, XP. XP earnings. Every year, this growth stock has been look at this crush on earnings. EPS. So yes, we had a couple rough years, but look, we're beating earnings by 150%. All these, revenues up 180% year over year, stuff like that. Great growth. There's lots of growth in here. Just make sure you're picking right ones. And, these great growth stocks can go 100% up every year if they keep up the growth. So that's what I would go long on, companies like that. If I'm just going to let my money sit in stocks like that. And if you look at my Twitter, I have all those stocks there that I've done research on already. If you want questions about them or some better entries, you can go ahead and drop those. We'll look at that. Yeah, CEI looks good. Like I said, we need to break that $1.66 resistance, and we should be good to go. I stopped out of BBBIG at 975. Looked like the trend could be possibly trading, but I like the net, the overall thesis on the stock. I think that if you have a low, I didn't have a low average. I was kind of trading it, so it wasn't for me to hold. If you guys got any other tickers, let me know. We can go over those.
I was in live earlier. They were high. I was in live earlier. They were high on support. I mean, yeah, earlier we were playing support.com when it was in the the uptrend. And why, like I said, like we'll watch. Once this breaks this, we could go crazy on FSL. But we can follow this this resistance line all the way back down to $6. I don't know. So you always gotta wait for the trend to reverse. Thank you guys for all the subs coming in. I appreciate it. Love to hit 200 today. Really hard to grow on YouTube, but yeah, really appreciate it. Let's go to my channel. Got 180 subscribers. Super appreciate it. Thank you guys. If you guys got any other tickers we can look at, anything you want to talk about.
Right now, SPY's been really choppy unless a really good play pops up. Maybe FSL will present an opportunity to buy in. It looks like as we start touching that upper support line, we might be able to. Don't see anything that's heating up too much. Not really any great quality setups with SPY being so shaky. I'd use today as something, and then let's also talk about. I'm sure maybe some of you guys have heard of this. Should I start buying Win? All right, I'm gonna head out. Cool stream, man. Thank you, appreciate it. Okay. I don't know what ETF means. If you're looking at the ETF, is that a stock? I was thinking ETF like a collection of stocks, a basket. Should I start buying Win? I'm gonna say no on that. I know we had a bad day. Unless it's good to buy dips if you like this company overall long term. Buy this dip. I don't even like the chart. It looks awful. Yeah, I wouldn't buy this. I don't like the chart. Now, for stuff like, I love Apple, right? Like, Apple is a great stock long term. We've been dipping today. We're back kind of in this channel. Like, it'd be a good day, to buy. Days that are shaky, it's good to, add on your long term positions. Captain FSL are my trades today. Yeah, I traded FSL. I'm out of FSL. I'm looking for the trend reversal, but 627 to 78. Haven't looked at KPLT. Cringe. Should have bought yesterday when I asked you. LOL. Fuck my life. Did I say to buy CYRN? I don't remember. What is this? I believe I said that it was a decent play. I don't remember. I can't remember what I say. Thoughts on MNKD. I don't know if I've heard of that stock. Always go to the 1 year, 1 day. Yeah, it looks like I said. It's got a nice channel. It's kind of flowing into. We'll use that as a channel. Nice channel from these lows down here at 273 up to 4. Looks like we're working on a nice bull flag. Potential setup right there. I really like. I don't know anything, but this looks like a good term overall trend. I would be a buyer. Wait for it to come down to maybe 435 if it hits the support line again. But we do have a nice bull flag setting up. So overall, the trend looks there intact. IRNT. So that one looks good. ERNT. Like I said, it's an IPO. It's been having some crazy amounts of volume since IPO. Looks like we're almost setting up another flag as well. This could be actually on watch today. Shoot, stop. We are setting up another flag potentially. We are setting up a nice bull flag. Don't know what it does, but the overall chart is actually crazy. We went down to 10 to almost 30 off of an IPO. Setting up a nice bull flag. I'd risk off 1950 here with an entry looking to break over this long-term resistance. That looks like a nice chart as well. TMC, I don't know. I know it IPO'd a couple days ago. Don't know much about it. If I was gonna trade it, I'd use a stop loss at 11.15, and maybe we are setting up a bull flag on the one day. Not sure. You guys got any questions? Let me know. I'm waiting for maybe an F sell position to enter. Don't see anything too great right now. We could see like a F sell could. We're looking like we're about to break this upper support line, resistance line potentially. Be a good time to maybe try to play it again with a tight stop loss. CEI looks good. It really needs to break that 166 though. That's for sure. Looks like we're actually, I'm going to load up my phone because I buy on my phone. I'm going to load up a couple shares to buy an F sell. If we can break over 690, it'd be a decent time to go long for a potential reversal on the day. Looks like we actually are going to hit that. So I'm going to load up a few hundred shares. I'm going to buy a few hundred shares. And I got filled at 6.9 exactly. 6.9. So we filled a few hundred shares. This is a pretty risky play, but we see that we broke this support line. So potentially we saw a kind of a double bottom. Maybe we see a reversal. I'm going to risk off. I'll risk off the low of 676. But I think the 690, we're already up a couple cents. We'll see how that works. We're already up a few cents now. Thank you. Plug versus F cell. I don't know the financials. I don't like either. I think they're very overvalued. Right now we're just playing the jump though. So we'll see F cell. See if we're gonna turn this old line into support. We'll have it at 690. We'll see. I have that stop loss on here. Kind of a riskier play. I do want to try to play something though today. What's up, Jimmy? We'll see. I have a type stop loss on F cell. We've already made a lot of money off of it, so I'm playing pretty small position. Wouldn't like to lose though on this trade. That'd be nice. See if we can go 2 for 3 today. I know we lost on live this morning. We had not very much, but see if we can go 2 for 2 on F cell today. Reversals are hard to spot, and reversals are very hard to do because we'll see though. It looks like the reversal could possibly be in. Looks pretty decent. Yeah, SPY's also reversing as well. I know we had some calls at that bottom support line. Yeah, support.com is getting hammered, as I knew it would. Would never short a low float stock like that. Yeah, it looks pretty solid. Thank you guys for all the subs coming in. Really appreciate it. Yeah, it looks like FSL reversal is intact. Yeah, looking really, really good from those 690 buys. See if we can reverse here. Hopefully make a higher low. But yeah, it looks really good from those 690 buys. Still have that stop loss at 675. Looks very good though. We have potential for the reversal here. We'd love to see it reclaim that 7 level. That's the next level. That's the level to reclaim to really show that we are on this reversal. If we do hit 7, I might add some more shares. I am playing pretty small. Kind of a riskier, not a riskier play because we have a nice stop loss, but we already made money off here. Don't want to lose it. Yeah, that's crazy. Adder's down almost 30%. You really don't see, Stock's down 30% that much, but I'm not really looking for a jump either. Said it's been pretty overextended. Las Vegas Sands Corp. A lot of these stocks are. A lot of them are tanking today.
I said price action SPY has been pretty choppy. You guys got any questions, drop them below. Go ahead and look at those. Yep. FSL starting. We'll see. SPY, I don't know what SPY is going to do.
I have some calls on it, so I think that we could see a jump. Not sure, though. Time will tell. Yeah, I'm hoping we see an FSL reversal. We'll see. If you guys got any questions, let me know. We'll take a look. Yeah, Adder's down 30%. I even said I'd short it when it was down 22%. I don't really short. It could go crazy. You know, he gets like one good piece of news, and you know that thing's gonna halt up. I'm gonna be stuck. Not a big fan of, you know, shorting too many things, especially these low floats that have been running. Thanks for the subs coming in. Appreciate it. Love to hit 200 today. That would be amazing. Elizabeth Warren asked the Fed to break up Wells Fargo. Crazy stuff.
I think Square is going to eventually anyways, though. That's another good topic, Square. VEA. Thinking of buying SPY puts before October with November. I've done put all my friends on yellow. It's nice having someone who responds to questions in chat. Thanks, I appreciate it. Thanks, Kevin, for the sub. I mean, it might be harder if I keep growing this fast, but I'll always try to answer the chat. It gives me something to do. I think if you have that same question, other people do as well. I'm not going to buy any SPY puts until we break this long-term resistance line. September, October, November are, you know, historically volatile. Wow. Looking really good on this FSL swing. Just want to say that. You know, it's usually volatile in that months, but until it breaks this line, I don't want to risk too much. VEA and Adder, we can look at those. But yeah, this we have some shares. We rebought at 690. We're starting to look really good on here. On this, and like I said, we've already made a ton of money off FSL today. Adder, you know, we're still intact. We really are intact on the 1 day, I guess. I'd be a buyer maybe at like this 11, at this maybe 12 level if it holds. The 12 level would be what I would do for a possible dip. It's down 30%, you know, but yeah, I mean, I would maybe risk 12 and like risk off like 1150 would be what I can see. Yeah, it did fill the gap. It needed to fill the gap. It could go lower. But if you were trying for a bounce, and it does have bounce potential, I would try at 12 and, you know, risk off 1150. That's what I would say. VEA, we can look at VEA. Yeah, Adder, you know, could potentially play for a bounce. I just, I don't know. Yeah, so if we're going to talk, I like VEA a lot. VEAs are really, really nice. You know, in ETF, I mean, I'm a really, really big fan of Kathy Woods, but, you know, index funds, you know, are going to make you rich over time. If you have a problem like trading and you just want to, you know, have your money sit back. For example, in my long-term portfolio, aka my IRA, if you guys follow my Twitter, links in bio, I've done tons of research on these growth stocks. If you go down here, M1 Finance, I've done research on all these stocks, so I put about, you know, 50% growth portfolio, high growth, and then, you know,
I'll combine 25% with Kathy's ARC. I have like 5% in ARC G, 5% in ARC K. And ARC looks like we're about to break out anyways. And then I put the other 12% into QQQ and 12% into SPY. So some of these indexes are really, really good. But yeah, that's a good index. I don't really like SPYs and index funds too much. I really like QQQ, and then those ARC funds are really, really nice. She's an active trader, and she does it for you. My buddy put me on VEA. Been nice. Yeah. I mean, I think index funds get overlooked. I mean, I really that by the way, FSL is reversing. We look really good, but yeah, VEA is really, really good. The market. I like, I do keep some indexes into my IRA, that I don't have to look at. If you have the time, looking at Kathy Wood's ARC, she's an active trader. Her stocks are, been going really, really crazy. Really like her work. I like a lot of the same stocks I'm bullish on as she is. Looks like I said 7's really, really big to reclaim for FSL. But yeah, some of those ETFs are crazy. And what is the 3 times? There's like a 3x leverage semiconductor one. There's a lot. So let's review what happened here. My Twitter's in link to bio. So we traded FSL 626 to 78, and now we have this long-term resistance line. Once we break that, we started to reverse. We're starting to make higher lows. So right when it reversed, we bought in at about 690, and we're going to wait for the reversal. What I'd really like to see here is a cup and handle form, right? Something like this, potentially. We'll have to see, but looks really good now. Hopefully we can go 2 for 2 still. Looks really good. Yeah, VEA is nice ETF. I love I like ETFs. There's some really good ones. It's kind of like you sit back and you're rich. There's also like large cap stocks that my growth portfolio is pretty small, but there's also stocks like Roku, stocks like Square. I'm really bullish on Square. Love Square. Wish I had more. Stuff like that I'm really bullish on. There's a lot of those, a lot of those bigger caps. Roku, I like. Tesla, not the biggest Tesla bull there's ever been. But, there's a lot of growth opportunities. Even I love Amazon, Apple, Microsoft. There's a lot of, quality growth stocks out there you can get into. TMC starting to reverse as well. Someone asked about that earlier. Yeah, hopefully plug can pay off. FSL over VU is another fire. Yeah, VU's good. FSL over 7, yeah. So I'm not going to add any more, but that is over 7 again, so I do like that. Oh, sorry. VU, yeah, VU's good. That's the total. Is this the total market? Same thing as SPY. It's just S&P 500. It's been on fire, but I like QQQ a lot. There's an index. QQQ is really, really good. I think it's like 25% every year. It's crazy the power of indexes. I'm going to just do a quick keep going FSL. Yeah, we'll see if FSL can keep it. FSL looks pretty good. I just want to show you guys. Let's go ahead and look at this. So QQQ has performed at 18% every year. So let's pretend that I have $5,000 and we're gonna put this in for 30 years for QQQ. I'd be about 50. We'll just be really modest and say 15%, even though it's usually like 20. Look how much this is. 300,000. Now if you put monthly contribution to 200 a month, look at this. You'd have $1 million, $200 a month. Let's put this at what the actual rate is at 20% or 18. And this is only in 30 years, 22 million. So the power of index funds are absolutely crazy. Very important stuff to, get in. I like index funds. Yeah, QQQ is great, but yeah, the power of index funds, people are, want to make 1,000% a year or whatever, but those index funds will make you rich. As long as you buy over time.
if you just keep buying them, you dollar cost average into those index funds, you will be rich. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, that's insane. Yeah. Dude, I look at that all the time. It really is insane. Like, okay, let's just say even like SPY, right? Like SPY is what, 9%, 9.6. That was at 28. That was a mistake, but 9.6. Let's say you start with 5,000, and then let's say you add $300 a month. Like, this is only in 30 years, so you'd have let's put people retire in 35 years. You'd have $1 million if you just put in $300 a month. If you put like $500 a month, which I think a lot of people do. So, but SPY is really not that great of a return. I like to find some a little bit better. It's pretty easy to beat SPY, but you get crazy money. Do you see WAP for buy or sell signals? No, I don't use WAP or VWAP. VWAP just shows. VWAP is just kind of where it intersects. It is definitely with VWAP. You definitely, if you are using it, it's not the indicator for me, but it is a really good place. Stocks tend to bounce off of VWAP a lot, so if you are looking to buy in, the VWAP is a good spot to buy. It's also a good spot to scale some out because that also has sometimes a hard time claiming it. Also, in another long-term stock, NVIDIA and AMD are great. And AMD looks like we're about to blow. Could blow any chance here. Look at this. This is the another play I'm talking about. Tries to bounce off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. As soon as we reclaim this, AMD calls, folks, could be really, really big. Same thing with Wish. I know we talked about Wish. Wish could be another one. We like RSI on this channel. Yeah. Yeah, we like RSI and MACD. FSL starting to look heavy. Let's pull up. Starting to look heavy. Had a chance at a reversal, but I said we'll have a stop loss at 676. Still have a chance. Yeah, Wish could be great as long as we break out. I mean, I'm looking at like 20 price, maybe $15 on Wish as soon as we break over this. Could go crazy. It's really, really crazy. So I'm looking at Wish, and I actually like Wish long term too, financial wise. I own NVIDIA and AMD been great for me. Oh yeah. AMD's been like AMD, NVIDIA, Square. Those are some. I mean, the only thing that like the crazy thing is like I don't know who used to make chips for Apple, but I think it was both of those. And Apple made the new M1 chip. I actually have their new M1 chip in this Mac Mini that I bought, and I love it. It's supposed to be more powerful, but I really think that those companies long term are great. There's a lot of just great long term companies, even Apple, right? Like Apple's just such a great stock. Like I know if I buy Apple in a 10% dip, I'm making that money. I'm gonna make 10% eventually. Like it's always gonna go back up. Same thing with Amazon. I really, really like Amazon. I like Amazon as my favorite. And that's another one to keep an eye on. Amazon looks really good. Damn, we're over 186 subscribers. Appreciate it. If I pulled up the Amazon chart, I'll do that here in a second. Kind of need to use the restroom again, but every time I use the restroom, all my followers leave. We're keeping up pretty. Yeah, that's like the hardest thing is to like keep my live chat up. Takes a little bit to get up. Once you're past 20, it's easy though. Yeah, so Wish is definitely. So your best overtime play is what? My best overtime play is APPS. Bought APPS down here. I bought a lot of APPS down here in the $7 range, and then I really, really bought big in this $20 range. Was up at $100. It will be a $200 stock soon, but yeah, 7 to 100, my best play for sure.
I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'm gonna meet up. Give me like 3 minutes. I'll be right back. I apologize. APPS, one of my favorite growth stocks. Oops. Time to go use the restroom. I'm gonna mute up. Sucks I got 30 people watching. Just stay in here. Give me 1 second. Go get. No, everyone needs to go hydrate. Go get a glass of water and hydrate while I'm gone. All right. We are back in action. I haven't even looked at Epsil in a while. Oh, we're still holding this in Epsil. Doesn't look too terrible. All right, Epsil at 685. Someone needs to purchase. Just bought a cool band in apps. I love apps. Pinch her off. Yes. All right. Ugh. EPPS is great. Like I said, I'm verse 675 on here. I've already made a lot of money off this, but let's see. Spy starting. Spy looks fine. I don't know. We'll see if we can hold that level. Someone chat. Man, oh man, they dragged BBIG. I wonder if we'll go any lower. I'm at 970. I mean, like, I think long-term BBIG is still a good play, but I'm at 975. I might actually be looking at buying BBIG back again. We'll see. Everything in this market, there's a lot of volatility in September. It's kind of hard to make money. Hopefully FSOL holds right here, but BBIG kind of looks done for now until the trend reverses. I hope it. I know there's a lot of holders in it. Hope it shapes up, but yeah, a very bad day for these small cap stocks that have been running. Nice candle on F cell. We got that bullish engulfing. Hopefully this can shape up. Yeah, I have a lot of money in APPS. It's like probably unhealthy how much money. Like every dollar I get goes into APPS. No. They're in EXPIs. Like I said, just go through that list on my Twitter. You'll be excited that you did. Love to hit 200 subs today. That would be amazing. Yeah, again, my Twitter is here. If you guys want to follow the Twitter. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see how many subscribers we're at. 186. Appreciate it, guys. 25. All right. Yeah, FSL will hold in that level well. If you guys got any questions, I'm gonna. What do you think FSL gonna make another push? I'm hoping I do, and I'm definitely about to start going in on it. Yeah. Just look at that. I would if I were you. If I was to like take any advice from me, it was to go to my Twitter, follow, and look at that growth list, and add every one of those. Like I said, because if you also, I wanted to. There's a really really cool app. If you hate just if you don't have the time to even buy stocks, if you go hold up, it's called M1 Financed. Televised. It's called M1 Finance, and it automatically moves money over, and it invests it. It invests it automatically. So like I said, it invests it automatically. So we look at this. And it's you can make different percent. So 8% goes to digital turbine. BCRX is another one that I like. I actually haven't looked at BCRX in a while. I know it's been getting kind of beat down. But BCRX is crazy stock. I really liked. It's been pretty good this year, BCRX. I have BCRX down and then get these 9. Thinking 9. I would probably not allocate 9% back to BCRX. I'd probably do 8%. But yeah, this is a really, really cool app. It's called M1 Finance if you're interested. Yeah, my portfolio is up 158% this year too. Which is pretty good. Could be better, but that's fine. Okay, great. If you guys got any tickers, any questions, market's kind of slow today, so if we can look at some more detailed questions, stuff like that. I also appreciate the subs. We're trying to hit 200 today. That'd be amazing. I started streaming a week ago today. I think we've gained 150 followers, so yeah. Also, BBIG, the sub 8 dip would be something nice to even consider. SPY is. I think we're up some good money on those SPY calls as well. Yeah, 675 is my risk off for FSL, definitely, with how the market is right now. I need to get another monitor so I can move chat over there. You guys know I do have another monitor. I don't know how to connect them. Is it just with an HDMI? I don't know, but if I could have another monitor. I just don't know if I could just stream on this screen. I don't know, but if I had another monitor for chat, that'd be sweet. Because I know it probably gets annoying doing this. CYRN thoughts. We broke this long term, so we broke this long term resistance right here. Really, really bullish candle. Let's move out. What were we at? We were at almost 375, so we have a lot of room to move up right here. I'd say, yeah, we broke this. I mean, We have to really break 92 cents so there's not a double top. This double top kind of looks bad, but if we can break 92 cents, we have a lot of room to move up. It's kind of a weird chart though. You know, we have pretty much a lot of room up to $1.50. All right, we are out of FSL. We tried for that bounce. We did have a little bit of opportunity, but at the end of the day, it's just not going to work. If you guys are interested in over-the-counter plays, my uncle's really bullish on KG. I don't know why. He has like, I think he has like voting rights. He has like 100,000. He's like 1 million shares or something stupid. I think he has like $150,000 in here or something stupid. Neo, I like Neo long term. Actually, Neo is really looking good. Let's go to one chart so we can look better. Damn, that looks weird now. I've been looking at 2 charts for a long time. Neo looks really, really good, especially at these levels right here. I would love to buy Neo for a chance of, $100 here in a couple of years. That's another growth stock. Looks really, really good. We're starting to coil in here as well. Love Neo. Great growth potential in China. I like Neo right here. We'll look at Spirit and STEM. Support. Like I said, I've said this for the longest time. I don't like support.com at all. Right, I did a little bit. We filled this gap back down. So we filled this gap back down, which is, if I was to buy, it would probably be, I would take a position right here at 14.50, and I would risk off 14. I could see that as a potential play. It's a bounce. Bounces are really, really hard to get right, but we did fill that gap down, which is good. Usually when we fill that gap down, we can go higher. So good spot to add support.com. In my opinion, I wouldn't do it myself, but if you were going to add, then we'll look at STEM. STEM Inc. STEM looks good. We have a STEM actually looks pretty appealing at this level. We're kind of at the bottom of the support. It's not a bad idea, 22, and to risk off 20. If you bought right here, a solid stop loss you have to respect is 21. But I could see this going higher. We have some nice higher lows. We IPO'd, unless this was a SPAC. Looks decent. Good risk reward right here. I like that from there. Let's see a SPY bouncing off. Kind of bouncing off. Yeah, that FSL. So we made $1 off of FSL. If we're still in there, I think we still have a chance. I tried for that bounce. Maybe we are looking at something like this. I don't know. Did look promising there for a bit. We did, start coming back. I don't know what this is. We broke that line. We started, but for now, I am out. If you guys got any other, I would like to get into another play today, but there's really nothing I see. If you guys got any other tickers, let me know. We can look at that. We'll put up FSL and then SPY. BBIG looks better. Yeah, if you're like I said, there's a lot of dip opportunity today. BBIG. Yeah, I said sub 8 would be a good buy. There's a lot of support here in this area. This 7s, like anywhere in these low 8s to high 7s, there's tons of support right here. So that'd be definitely a good buying zone. Let's look at AHT. Yeah, AHT looks good. For AHT is a good long-term play. We're starting to curl back up. Super, lots of gaps. Doesn't look bad. Yeah, no, I should have gotten out at 7.5 on FSL. I still I still made about $1 a share. Yeah, you start position at 8 on BBIG. That's good. I'll look at BBIG in a sec. Like I said, I think BBIG. I like the long term thesis, right? Like the long term thesis. The problem is I sold out at 975 based on the chart. This chart is there's still nothing wrong with this chart. Like we look bullish on this chart. I mean, you got to think we're at like $2, so we're gonna have crazy volatility. But I still think we look pretty good. This dip is getting bought up, which I like to see. Anything low sevens, high eights is good. I wrote FSL all am, so it's what I'm still hoping to touch 7 again to leave. Yeah, I know. I've wrote it all morning as well. I still made good profit, but I scaled out as well. That's why you should scale, scale out accordingly as we go up on the big runs. That's what I would say. Always scale out. Any looks decent. I don't know what the long-term thesis is, but what I could process, we had a big run up too. We're already down 50% from highs, but as soon as we break this support line, yeah, I mean, we look good. You want to make sure that this 578 level holds, but we have the long-term intact, and especially if we can break over this resistance line, which we've tried, we should have a big move up our next leg. That brings me up. I just want to, I made a lot of money. I actually was talking about FSL yesterday. I want to make this very clear with Wish as well. I like Wish as a long-term stock. If you guys follow my Twitter, I'll give you guys some better signals. But if we look at Wish and FSL's 1 year, all we do is we make this resistance line come down this way. And we can see that FSL has tried, if we look down here, almost identical charts. Not the best resistance line I could have drawn, but it's fine. FSL has tried, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Really tried next to that resistance line. Same thing with Wish. Once it breaks out, it could go much further. Also, MACD is positive on the 1 day on FSL. So I am looking at Wish for potential opportunities soon as well. FSL, make sure you don't lose money if you have, let's see, what is FSL at? Yeah, FSL's, that's why I'm at 675. I know if you've been holding out all morning, it sucks. That's why we gotta make sure we always scale out. But yeah, it'd be nice if we hit 7 again. Don't know if we will. That's why I always scale out positions. I sold all my Wish FSL at 7, 8. Still made some profit. It's been very choppy today. It's the top mover today, 18%. Not a whole lot of. Thanks for all the subs coming in, but yeah, not a lot of great things from FSL. Like I said, for a swing, though, it might not be a bad idea. I'm just tweeting out a couple, or doing a couple. Yeah, I mean, if I was to put money anywhere, though, CEI. I like CEI. I'm still up like 60% on my swing on CEI. I've been talking about it a lot. And today's been really bad for a lot of these low float stocks. And FSL has been holding, or CEI has been holding up really well. Can you take a look at IC? Yeah. So yeah, CEI has been very relative strength to the market. I think I've looked at this before. IC. Okay. Bio, I'm sure the FDA got passed, something like that. The main concern I have, obviously, is if we break 13, your 13 has to be your stop loss at the worst, because we have a gap to fill at 10. 1 day looks really good. Let's see if we have any resistance on this 3 week. Wow, okay, let's see. So we broke through all of this resistance. This long-term graph looks really good. Very volatile. You have to make sure you leave at 13. Looks pretty overextended. We might be setting up a flag, but yeah, it looks pretty good overall. Just make sure you have a 13 stop loss. I would really like to buy some shares, like if I was in the 15s, but still looks good for some ads. Lunch break, nice. CEI looks really good. I was just talking that a lot of these stocks have been down today. These kind of low cap stocks. This has held up really, really good today, and we looks like we're working on our next leg up. All these dips have been getting bought like crazy, so I am really bullish on it. Give me 2 seconds. I have some food in the microwave. I'm gonna go grab. I'll be back in less than 15 seconds. All right, and I'm back. Yeah, CEI looks good. Still holding for 2+. B and Q. Okay. Make sure to look. Problem with real estate. So, as soon as we have a crash, as soon as we have a, I like diversifying with different ETFs. So sure, if you want to have a real estate, I think that's a good idea. My problem is if we have a crash, this thing could go down a lot. You know, just a market crash for real estate. And we also have this really bearish engulfing candle on one day. But yeah, I think it'd be good to have in your portfolio long term, to diversify out for sure. There's so many ETFs out there too that are really good. Yeah, it's good to have some diversification. I used to be really big into ETFs. I used to know a lot of them. Also, the inverse. What is this? This is the TQQQ. You guys want to talk about a freaking beast and a half? Look at TQQQ. It's a 3 times leveraged QQQ. As you can see, it's up 1,000% this year. Well, 1,000% there. It's about up 1,000% this year. TQQQ. You also have some decay added onto it, but can you do SPY? Yeah. So we actually, if you were in earlier, I bought some SPY calls. So what we're using for these SPY calls is we're using this trading channel. So we have lots of support. We have the support line is bounced off of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hopefully 10 times right here. That'll make me a lot of money in this resistance line. So we bought, history always repeats itself. So we bought calls this morning when it hit that resistance line, which would have been, right here. So I think that we're going to, until there's going to be some more volatility in SPY throughout, September and October, in my opinion. But yeah, we look really, really good for a bounce up from here. BPYU. Oh, y'all want to talk about... Wait. Y'all want to talk about dividends? No. Let me put you guys on to dividend stock, all right? Let me put you guys on. QYLD. It's insane. So this stock pays 12% dividend. This is or maybe it's 13%. It's 12% dividend, and over the last, it goes down maybe 1% a year. But like on these dips, it pays 12% dividend. So if you're ever retiring, and if you think about me, 12% on QYLD, insane. It goes down about 1% a year, so making 11% guaranteed off of dividends. I have a few mine to name, most of them to you. Just wanted your opinion. Yeah, you're welcome. Yo, last week we were on your live looking at blue, and now I can't find that ticker. What happened to it? But yeah, dude, there's some dividend gods out there. The covered Carl call. Here's blue. So it's actually funny. I don't know what happened. So I said that. I guess I drew this last week, and remember I said that I wanted to see a cup and handle, and I think we were about right here. we have filled this out perfectly. Looking, to reclaim that 10 pre-SPAC level. Good place to buy. I think it's really good. I don't know why we saw a 31 hit right here. I would love to know. We're starting to see a lot more volume, so would be a good spot to buy if it is over 10, or you could buy now and use 10 as a risk off. Is that SPAC floor level? Crazy chart. Don't understand why it went this crazy. Would like to know. Would really like to know. It does look. We are rounding out that base though. Yeah, support.com's getting hammered. Could possibly dip buy some of these, but I don't really like dip buying some of these names. Adder. Like, let's go ahead and look at Adder. Like, I know some of you guys are going to want to dip buy. I know some of y'all get some FOMO sometimes, and that's all right. I get FOMO as well. So I said down at this 12 level would be a good buy. We're kind of getting down there. Really nasty candle, but this 12 has got some support, so I would not mind buying in 12 and using. Man, it's a long ways. I would if I'm gonna dip buy, I'm gonna make sure that I really, really buy small and continue to add, not add all at once. I've been doing well with AMT and SBAC. AMT. Damn, that's really nice. That looks nice. But yeah, long term looks like a nice stock. I wish I had the patience. I do have the patience for my long term. Like, I like hyper growth, but even these move too slow for me. Like seriously, really, really good moves. If you caught these, they have been really good, but it's just a little slow. So I like hyper growth, but really good long term. Not huge dividend, but decent growth. 5 play. Yep. Well, James, we need the next AMT and SMAC. Yes. JCS. JCS. Yeah, JCS looks pretty good. We have this long-term trend. We're up 31% today. Oh, I see. Are you thinking of... Yeah, that's crazy. We hit $10 after hour. I haven't seen this play. Looks pretty solid. If we can reclaim that 10 level again, looks like we're flagging. Chance for a day trade, possibly. I don't really trust the market right now, but hopefully we could fill in this flag, something like this. Looks really good on this 3-week, 3-year, though. We'd have to reclaim 10 is resistance, though. Looks decent, not going to play it, though. We had a lot of volume starting to come in here, though, as well. So, I mean, it does look like a good play. I'm tempted to day trade it. If we can put an RSI on. Let's see. If we can reclaim that 10, we could go huge. We're starting to get a lot more volume as well. Supply, okay. Yeah, if we can start filling out this flag, we're up here in RSI, so we're looking for the next leg up. Would not be a bad idea to buy in here. Use 866 as a stop loss for the next move up. Looks good. It'll probably rip today. I do want to... It's already on its next leg up, actually. Looks good, though. I would support someone buying it right here. Looks good. I just don't feel like doing it today. Kind of do. It does look like a... I want to see if it can consolidate some more. We can get a better buying opportunity. That'd be nice. That dip by an adder could pay off huge if you get it right, if you position. I mean, we're already down 30%. Yeah, SPY's really rebounding here too. We look good. Okay, here's this JCS dip that I was talking about. That could be good. Yeah, so if I was going to buy somewhere in here, it'd be a great buying zone. Well, yeah, Crocs did take off this year, huh? Crocs are made where I'm from too. I have a whole I think Crocs are from Colorado, right? I don't know. Huh. What is this? Huh. That's crazy. It's a crazy graph from since IPO. Huh. I'm going to keep an eye on this. Yeah, some of these IPOs, I mean, they go just crazy. Oh, no. I don't know. Yeah, that looks like a really good chart, though. You're part of my retirement portfolio. AMD, NVIDIA, Amazon, Neo, Tesla, Shopify, Microsoft, Apple, Twitter, Square, Docu, iPad, Ford. Yeah, James, go to my Twitter and look at some of those growth. I would put all of those growth stocks in there, or some of them. You do really well. Oh! There's a lot of opportunity for growth out there. Market's pretty dead today, though. Look at this. Get free stocks. I want free stocks. Thank you guys for all the subs. I'd love to hit 200 today. That would be amazing. I need to figure out how I'm going to manage all these videos. I think these live tradings are fine. I want to make like different folders though to organize them better. Might be beneficial to people that are just scrolling through looking for specific content. I want to make some more educational videos like how to find support resistance. I have that video out. If you haven't watched that, go watch it. Yeah, all these, like, there's been, I don't know. Let's see. Glad I got an upsell when I did. Made some money, but crazy. We shot up to 30%. We're down up to 16 to now. Pretty crazy scenes. Yeah, life does look decent. Yeah, Crocs did shoot up. What the heck? Who would ever think? I would never be long on Crocs in a million years. Too bad I'm not. Yeah, Crocs looks good. I'm not sure about being long term on Crocs though. Like I look at like I just don't know how scalable Crocs are. I don't know. Like my thing is like I don't like companies that you can buy one thing of, right? Like with like even like Nike, right? Or like not, but like Crocs. Like you're gonna need one pair of Crocs, right? You buy that one pair of Crocs, you're done with Crocs. Now, if I am Apple, I'm gonna need a new computer every few years. I'm gonna need a new iPhone every few years. If I'm Kroger brands, I'm gonna need to go buy that bread. You know what I mean? So for me, like one-time companies like that, it's just hard for me to find any like. And I might be completely wrong, but it just feels like it's just I don't know, just me. I mean, you guys kind of feel the same, but it's like, or like Peloton, right? Like, there's only a specific amount of people that are gonna want a Peloton, and it's like, I don't know how much additional stuff you can sell once you have a Peloton. Talking about Peloton, let's look at that stock. Peloton's been a crazy ride this year. Terrible earnings, wow. Gross. Another long-term stock I used to like was this IEA. Like, crazy amounts of revenue in such a small market cap. Another one of my kind of favorites, Palantir. Palantir's doing really, really good this week. Look good. Do you guys got any other and then C? Man, I bought some more of the C dip at 320s. Love C. They're scaling into Europe right now as well. Apple's a good dip buy. So many. There's always discounts in the market. That's what I love about the market. There's just so many different stocks to play. So much potential. Yeah, support.com was bouncing, and I was talking about buying that support dip. That support.com dip would have been a good idea if you wanted to. I guess it's bounced a little bit. It's still down quite a bit. needs to bounce anyways. It could still fall, keep falling. But I said that we just gotta make sure we hold this 12 level. I don't know. It's kind of scary buying dips like this. It is scary to buy in dips that because like that's like my problem with like I'm actually setting up another bear flag. My problem with like all these offerings, stocks are down 70-80%. I have made a lot of money off them, but like if a stock's down 70%, like if it went $10 to $3, the chance of it being able to go to $1.50 and drop 50 more percent is it can happen really easy. So I think there was one. What was it? It was called like Turks, TIRX. I think that was one of my. I think I made 100% in a day off of Turks. So I want to look at the graph. I'll show you guys. Turks was my best 1 day performance. I think, like equities. I've made a lot off of some, but Turx was this still? Holy shit! So this thing was like crazy. So we were like $103 in 1 day. It drops $100 to 12, and I remember I played this like 12 back to like 25. But yeah, talk about like these poor guys just IPO'd and they were like a scam. Imagine you're so excited. You buy the stock at $20, it goes up to 100, you think you had a big payday. It just absolutely demolishes you back to 12. Thank you, Jimmy, for the subscribe. I appreciate it. Yeah, that'd be brutal. I felt bad for all those Turex holders. But yeah, I mean, when there's big offering plays, news like that, there's usually potential for a jump back up. But for most of the times, you could lose 50% pretty easily. I mean, especially like if you're trading to this day, you're like, okay, it dropped $100 to 50. You can't drop any more, and it drops down to 12. Or even if at 20, that's an 80% drop. Or that's like an 80% drop when it's at $20 or something. And you're like, oh, it can't go any lower, and it drops at 12. So I have a problem sometimes playing those. It's very risky. You can make a lot of money off of the big drops. Actually, some of my favorite setups. Adder, Adder's still going back down. Adder's another one. Like we're down. BBIG is actually holding up. Looks pretty strong. We're getting the nice bounce up off the bottom. If you guys got any tickers, let me know. Any questions? Ad is going again, huh? Looks pretty solid. BBIG. Like I said, that sub 8 dip would be what I'd be looking for if I was buying. We hit almost $9. We went 777 to 9. This thing is so freaking volatile. It scares me. But long-term play still intact. We have this actual hammer forming. Looks pretty good. Yeah, Turex, crazy stock. Let's go to F-Cell. I'm sure F-Cell's still getting hammered down. Yeah, we had a nice play on it. Ended up glad I sold when I did. Yeah, BBIG definitely looks decent right now. We really had that dip was not, these dips are putting more buyers, but if you got anywhere sub 8, you're already almost back up to 9. Good stuff if you did that. Do you like playing earnings? Thoughts on bounce on FAMI after that nasty? I'll look at FAMI. No, I don't like earnings. I'll play earnings on like the only time I'm doing earnings is on some really like quality stocks that always beat earnings. For example, APPS, XB. It just it's so risky to play earnings. Like it can go 10% either way. So for me, I use earnings on big caps, like large caps. If they have a bad quarter, I buy the dip. But no, earnings are very hard to play. Unless I don't know. I do sometimes, but not too much. Problem that's scaring me on FAMI now that I look at it. Yes, we have a lot of room to run upwards. This does look like a bear flag, and look, we're already really getting high on this RSI. Could be a possible bear flag. I know a few days ago I wanted it to base here. It's dropping some more. Don't really like it right now. Wouldn't recommend buying because this bear flag could get worse and worse. I'd wait for a clear reversal. So clear reversal is I want to see something round out from the bottom. This looks like another bear flag setup. Bear, bam. Not liking it too much. Can and JKS, we can look at that. Thoughts on after that. Yeah, and the offering, I don't want to trust a company with offering Can and JKS. Then I have another one that I haven't looked at in a while. I want to look at Can. We're looking at the looks decent. We had a nice double bottom here. We're trying to make another higher low. If I was to buy here, I would risk off the last low of 8, 9, but try to get closer to this trend line. I'd like to buy in the high 8s, low 9s. But yeah, it looks like we're potentially be moving up. We kind of filled all these gaps back down, making some higher lows. Looks like a quality setup on Can. Don't know what it does. Can and JKS, and then I want to look at AMP G. JKS. Oh yeah, I remember this one. The holding. Don't really like JKS setup is pretty bad. Wouldn't even recommend that. Let's look at I hate offerings. What am I looking at? Jeez, how do we go? It's like an 8x return. No, I'm not playing that. That is crazy though. This is another one I really used to like, AMP G. I played it a lot up here, but they did an offering right here, and then they did another reverse split right here. Management ruined that stock. FCell starting to curl up a little bit. Nothing crazy. Thank you, Prize, for all the subs coming through. Yeah, BBIG. I'm curious to see. BBIG doesn't look terrible. I mean, if you, like I said, that sub 8 dip would have been the dip to buy. Starting to look good if you bought those dips. Still, we had like adders down 33% today. Spiritsupport.com's down 26%. So it does have a little bit of relative strength. Same thing with CEI. So I was excited to see CEI on my swing. It has a lot of relative strength today. By relative strength, I mean that the market, all these low cap stocks or small market caps are really tanking today, especially the ones that have been on a tear recently. BBIG, CEI have been holding up well, so they have some really good relative strength. Yeah, Adder broke that 12 level. I wouldn't look at buying Adder until maybe the end of the day for a bounce tomorrow. Still very risky. Life is starting. Yeah, Life too. All these are kind of going downhill. SPY did curl up though, so those calls are in the money if you took those with me. Definitely in the money. TMC is doing really good. I don't know what. I know they're not going to have any revenue for like 4 years. I'd have to look at the financial sheet. I'm still right now. I'm still right. Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible. It depends what you got in. I mean, I sold up here. Sold actually right here. I hope it goes up for you, but market's kind of crappy today. Thank you guys for all the subs coming in. Really appreciate it. About 11 away from that 200 mark. Yeah, Adder. Jeez, that thing is like. I mean, I know some people who are at Adder and probably got crushed today. Just the name of the game. Adder has been up like 400% in the last couple of weeks, so sometimes I know it gets crazy. You're like, oh, it's already up 400%. Why couldn't it go up another 400%? But sometimes people get burned. The FOMO burns people. It's burned me before. Happens to the best of us, unfortunately. Yeah, thanks guys for all the support. It's so crazy how many followers I've gotten. Really appreciate it. If you guys like the content, you want to see some more, just go ahead and drop that follow. Also, my Twitter, if you guys want to follow that's another one that you could follow as well. I put some when I'm live. I'm live every day 30 minutes before market open. About maybe 30 to 15 today. I didn't want to get out of bed, so I kept pushing snooze until 15. I just got back. Thoughts on SPY? SPY is looking good. I got in at 6.5. Okay. Definitely don't try to lose money on this play. I mean, I could see risking a bit, but Got smacked in Adder, lol. I know some of y'all got smacked in Adder. Like I've been preaching. I'll tell you. I thought I did not want Adder. I mean, I mean, technically, Adder is still in an uptrend. I mean, we really are in an uptrend. We needed this pullback. I'm so tempted to dip buy it. The FOMO is kicking in for me. We hit 11.5. Gosh, we have some really really good support down here in this like $10 range. Like if it does drop to the tens, I'll probably be adding. Gosh, even it's such a big drop. It's a pretty crazy drop. Man, I thought we was holding F cell. No, I'm not holding. Yo, thank you guys for all the viewers coming in. Appreciate it. If you guys have any anything you want to look at, let me know. Tickers, but yeah, Adder possibly looking for a dip buy here. I mean, that 10 level is really strong if that could hold. BBIG, yeah, I'm really really glad we bounced off of those lows. That looks good. Welcome everyone. I got smacked in Adder as well in a 1274 after hours. Yeah, the thing is like we could see on Adder like. Yeah, we were looking really, really good, but we broke this key support at 15 right here, and it's gonna go down. Also, we have a potential of going back up, but we really went 3 cents to 19. We're pretty overextended. It's hard. It is hard sometimes, but yeah, I'd be possibly looking for a dip. I mean, it takes a couple times to get burned, but I'm looking at a dip by. Potentially. There's definitely a lot of shorting going. I don't really like to use the word short, but that's crazy. We have 37 viewers. I appreciate it, but we definitely have a lot of shorts on the name today. It's a good day if you are a short, but definitely want to see. There's not a lot of the best. The best. We made a lot of money off of F cell today. That was good. We're looking at Wish. If you guys want me to review that graph again, that's a really really good graph to look at. Potential, but yeah. We took some SPY calls today too, which were well. SPY's looking pretty healthy. If you guys got any tickers, let me know. We can review those. CEI and BBIG have some really really good relative strength. We're also setting up the next nice bull flag on the 5 minute that's been setting up all day. Hopefully that can push us above 166. A break of that, we should be. It's pretty thin all the way up to $2 to $3. So I'm interested in seeing that. But yeah, we'll see what FCell does. I thought it would be a good long term swing. It could just die out. The momentum should be. I think we should be okay though. Yeah, I'm just watching this Adder tape. It's crazy how much we're dropping. Everyone's selling out. I can't believe. Like if we seriously. Like we might have another gap to fill, but if we get into like this 10, 50, 10 area, I probably am gonna load up the boat. Did they have like a I don't know what happened today to them. This is a pretty bearish engulfing, but I still think we could see a jump up on here. Was there an offering or something? It just seems quite absurd. We haven't seen one green candle on the 15 minute all day. Also, I really appreciate all the subs coming in. It really means a lot to me. We're at 190. Love to hit 200 today. That would be amazing. Probably be streaming all throughout today. Maybe we even hit 250. That would be amazing. So we'll see. But yeah, there's really no supported Adder, which is kind of a free fall right now, unfortunately. Good thing if you're CEI or BBIG holder. We are looking pretty solid on that. Someone asked about AMC on Twitter. AMC's got to reclaim 50. That 55 level's really been hard for it to reclaim, but if we can reclaim that, thanks for all the subs coming in. So here we go. Amazing, music amazing. Sorry, I know that was probably loud. So yeah, we are really having a hard time on Adder. We hit down at these 10s. If we hit these like this 10 level, I'm intrigued to earnings today. We could look at EWCZ. We'll look at that EWCZ, but yeah, we'll keep an eye on Adder. EWCZ. Don't know much about the company, the financials. It looks like it's expecting something good. We've been IPO'd. We've been in this range right here. Don't know much about the company, but we've been really consolidating in this range. So If we do have good earnings, this 25 pivot could extend us very high if we do hit that. So, yeah, being new, jumped in on 17 yesterday, still in, had to laugh quick to learn to stop loss. How do I buy before open? I'm with Ameritrade as well. Is it not position? So yeah, I'm with TD Ameritrade. You can trade 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. So like 2 hours before, 2.5 hours before market and all the way at close. The problem with adders, I know people are probably getting some FOMO here, but look, we are super overextended, and if you go back to my support and resistance video before this, you can look. We had look at this. The last resistance we had was $16 on this. At 16, we had all this way to drop, all the way down to 13. So I would have had a stop loss at 16, and just very, very thin, not a lot of support built up. We do have a nice hammer forming right here, but I would be a buyer at 10. If you guys are new to the channel, I have a Twitter. I'm really, really big into, thanks for all the followers coming in. I'm really big into growth stocks. If you go to my Twitter, give me a follow. I have a whole list. I've probably spent a couple hours on each of these, making sure that they're best. So if you're new and you just want some stocks to kind of watch, these are my favorite growth stocks that I've, if you would have invested up 158% this year in my portfolio, look at these. I do day trade a lot, but these are some solid companies. If you are new into the trading game, I think it's good to have a well diversified portfolio and have a solid base before you start day trading to secure yourself financial literacy. So there's a lot of growth stocks out there, and it is hard. You get FOMO. You see all these people making money. You see down at $6 all the way at 19, but that's a huge jump in 3 days. So I am looking at the bounce on Adder. We'll see. The risk off would be like, buying at 10.50 and, $10 and risking off $9. That's kind of a big stop loss, but do have a potential of making a lot, but I'm not going to buy if we don't get that, if we hit down at that support level. But yeah, I can't believe we're down. And honestly, like, I've never really seen a stock drop more than 20% if it's just not off of an offering. I know it's really overextended, but it's a pretty absurd drop. That's why I'm interested in dip buying. But on the other hand, BBIG and CEI have been really good with relative strength. Love BBIG to claim over 9, and CEIs. We're really setting up this next move. I think we've been forming in this bull flag all day, so hopefully we can push out of this soon and try to break that $1.66 level. We're trying right now to do so as well. If you guys got any questions, any tickers, we can go over those. Not really in any. I'm swinging CEI right now. That's the only thing I'm really in. Not too much going on. Appreciate all the subs coming through. I think 40 viewers is the most we've ever had. So, thank you guys so much. But yeah, we're about to break out on CEI and then BBIG. Adder, ATER. If we dip into this 10 level, I'd be interested in playing it for a bounce, but right now we don't have a lot of support anywhere on this graph right here. So we have some support at 10, and we have the mental at 10 too. So 10 will be good. Welcome everyone coming in. If you guys got any tickers you want me to go over, let me know. Anything we can go over right now. I'm just looking. Been pretty choppy today. We made some good money off of FCell, but potentially looking at a dip on Adder would be the thing I'd be looking at. So again, if you guys got any questions, just let me know. Appreciate everyone being here. It means a lot. Can't believe we started 2 weeks ago. We're holding 39 viewers. It's quite crazy to me. So thank you guys for being here. Oh, we got a question. All right. I need to get another monitor. VXX. Let's look at that. VXX. And is the VXX. It says iPath 500. So it's another. Okay, so what this is so as we know, there's SPY, and then this is a good lesson for everyone. There's this VIX, and it's called the Fear Index. There's different pivot points, but we're usually over 20. The market's scared, and it can go really, really high. So this is the VIX, the VXX, but it's also leveraged. When something's leveraged, decay has to be behind it as a subsidiary to match with it. It's kind of hard to explain, but anyways, we always are going to go down. Same with the VIXY, UVXY. We have the same exact thing. So there's decay, but there is these huge jumps when the VIX goes up, and the VIX goes up when it's called the put to call ratio. So whenever there's more puts, the VIX goes up crazy. So if there's a market crash, you can make a lot of money off these indexes. I guess the VIX leveraged indexes. But yeah, you don't want to go long on these. If you go, these always go down over time. We hit this is crazy, $90 to 1,350. So you can make a lot of money off of these, but you don't want to go long on these because I'm telling you, they really, really, really always go down. People lose their butts on these. So it is good for hedging. If you think that there's a market crash, if we start to break some key supports on SPY, definitely good place. There's that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of different instruments that can be used. If that's whatever these are, what are these called? Strategies like EMAs, RSI, stuff like that. But then there's different hedging or doing equities, options in the money calls. That's what I love about the stock market. I've been doing it for probably 5 years now. And I feel like there's always something to learn, even if it's I made a mistake in my trading, I did something dumb. I can learn from that. I learn, new tickers, new strategies. That's what I love about the stock market. There's an infinite amount of knowledge. People like Kathy Woods, who've been in the stock market for years, or Warren Buffett, they're still learning every day. That's why I like the stock market. And there's also an infinite amount of money you can make. Man, that's wild though. Woke up so sad with Adder. That's really unfortunate. It goes down it goes down every day because it has decay. So if you go long in it for a long time, you're always gonna lose. But if we start to see SPY, once it goes into correction territory, we could see this double pretty easily. So that's what I'm saying. It's a good hedge, but you don't want to just try to guess and go long. You will get burned. That decay is going to slowly eat you alive. Thoughts on SDC is now a good entry point. Don't like SDC. Really, it's not a great company. It's kind of been momentum pushed. The only way I'd be buying SDC is kind of in this 5 range. It'd be a good risk reward. Same with Adder. Not a great company. The only reason it's up is because we've had a lot of momentum. And, it doesn't have any quality behind it. But I'm going to go over quality again. But, if there's a lot of support in this 10, so I could play it for a bounce. When I'm looking at quality companies, and I day trade a lot of companies that are absolute trash, right? But, we're going to be holding this long term for a swing. Quality companies, have really good revenue. So look at APPS. All these earnings have been beat. Revenue's up 100% year over year. Net income. This stock has some not the best earnings. So my thing is if you know what you're doing, you're gonna day trade. Swing it for a couple days. If you have proper stop losses and you minimize your risk, that's okay. But for going long, really bad earnings, stuff like that. So is FCell making an afternoon push? We'll take a look at that. But if you're gonna buy, I said that low 5 would possibly be an area that I would add, and then Adder. So we're dip buying at 10 would probably be a good spot. And that's just my opinion. FCell. Yeah, we're starting to make it kind of an afternoon push back up. Still not too much. I want to see, we've seen lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low. I want to start seeing a higher low. So higher, here's a low, and then the high right here that I'm making is going to be higher than this low. So higher lows is what we like to see. We don't like to see lower lows. So here's the high, the low. The high doesn't make it as last high. Lower low. JCS revision for special dividend payable 10/15 if you buy them before 9:30, free money. Don't know much about the payable special dividend payable. I've never really heard of it too much, so I would not know. I'm not a financial advisor, so I can't recommend security purchases. Anyways, 194 subscribers, really appreciate it. About to break that 200, but I don't know much about that.
Try not to talk about stuff I don't know. Not a whole lot of action in the market today. SPY's been very choppy. We did take those calls, hopefully pay off on SPY, but nothing crazy. You guys got any tickers, any questions like that? Let me know. We can go over those. What did he say about SDC? I don't. The SDC, like, the momentum got ruined today, right? Or actually, it's still not ruined. We still, possibly have a gap up. The earnings are pretty bad on this company, so for a long term, I would probably say no. But, somewhere in this, like I said, if I was gonna buy somewhere, we have some good support right here at this 571. Be an okay spot to buy. But the fives would be good. But yeah, 571's a good spot to buy. We have a lot of support right here. I don't know what the long term for the company. What's your thoughts on BBIG proxy tomorrow? Could be good. Bought Spirit dip here. What would be your stop loss? He answers any question. Thanks. SPRT. Decent spot for Spirit. We'll take a look at that. Don't know much about the proxy. Okay, so Spirit, a good stop loss. It's not a terrible spot to buy. I would like to buy down close to like the 12s, honestly, but we have a lot of support coming up. We broke this gap, so honestly, we have a good spot right here. Depends what you're comfortable risking out. I'd say we have a lot of support in this 11 stop loss would be really, really wide. I'd probably play a 12 stop loss is even wide. So I'd say probably 12.7. 12.7 would be a good stop loss. That's why I would like to get, if I'm going to buy, I'd like to get, shares kind of closer to the 13, low 13s, high 12s, so I can make that stop loss. Pretty quiet on it. Right side, I sell back on the right side. We don't really need the VIX. There we go. Kind of a higher low right there, maybe. We'll see. So we'll look at crying. I am with TD in Canada, and the only way I can buy after hours is by calling, and fees are considerable more. This isn't with my non-margin accounts. Not sure about US. I have a margin account. You shouldn't have any. Just look up brokerages in Canada without any fees. I don't have any fees on my TD account. Definitely would not look at it. I have some money in my TD account, but I need to transfer it out. I had like I had less than $25,000, and I accidentally did an extra day trade, and it flagged me. I have more than 25 in my other account, though. I don't know what I was going to do with this account. This looks good. It looks pretty good on the 5-minute. We had this really, really nice flag breakout. Wish I would have saw this. Nice flag breakout. We claimed that 91 cent in after hours. Now, the big thing for me... Yeah, we broke all this resistance, and I said we needed to. We look good. The next pivot point or resistance we have really a lot of room up to about $1.30. If you're in, I would leave a stop loss at 80 cents. If you're in, I wouldn't enter right now. But yeah, it looks pretty good. We hit 94 cents too, so quite the pullback. You trade any crypto? Yeah, I don't trade crypto. I'm long in crypto. I just buy Ethereum. Bitcoin is kind of dumb. Ethereum has so much, with NFTs, there's so much technology behind Ethereum. People actually use Ethereum. What do you use Bitcoin for besides sending it? Nothing. NFTs, there's just more purposes to use it. I think Ethereum's going to possibly, I know it will pass Bitcoin's market cap one of these days. So I do have a few Ethereum. I'd have like 4 or 5, but very bullish on Ethereum. Don't really do any of those altcoins. I know Cardano's huge.
Waiting for one for entry point on what stock. Also looks like it could be getting ready. Yeah, but yeah, I don't really trade. Yeah, FSL looks like we're having some higher lows. Let's look. Some lower high. Yeah, we actually look pretty good. Starting to curl up here. We'll see what happens. I know like. Let me look. I need to look at this. CI looks decent as well. So Adder was the one that I'm trying to find if we can dip buy on. I said that the 10 area be really I really want to buy on Adder. See the thing with like dip buying is like I didn't see that 11. I wanted to buy right at 11. Like the high, the low 11s, high 10s is where I wanted. I think we should still dip. The thing with like the thing is down 30%. There's no reason it can't go down to 8, right? Because that momentum is there. So it's really hard to dip buy for me. It is James, Jimmy B. Hello. So